How's it going, YouTube? This is the Dark Reviewer, and as well as everyone on the Shadow Crew. You know us, you love us. Some of us, though, maybe more than others. Not naming names, but you know who you are. But
Oh, they know.
we did something previously on the Dragneel channel, and it was basically around the time of a certain anniversary, but also release of a remake of this particular franchise. But I decided we have more to talk about, so we're gonna do one on mine. Personas. We're
Yay.
going to be talking about more Persona original idea teams. So this is like for whatever and whenever we decide to like write these as stories. Some of us have already started. Go check them out. I'll link their fanfics profiles down in the description below. You can check those out. But for right now, this is like a brand new team. This is like a brand new team. However you want to like structure it, however you want to say it in a future story, this is what we got. And to start us off, we actually have quite a lot of different arcanas. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like, wow, okay, we are being diverse. We are being different. We are being really experimentation with this one.
Yeah.
So I did my best to match up certain arcanas that match others, but if some of those are just not working with some of you, or it doesn't like fit in the order, just don't worry about it. Just whenever your name's gonna pop up, it'll be your turn to speak. Don't worry about it. Trust me, it was a hard time trying to match these slides together.
As long as we have fun in the end, that's all I want.
So yeah, everybody, we all know this. Say it with me now. I
What?
am thou.
Oh, oh damn!
Thou
Thou
art
art.
I.
Damn it! I thought we were doing the best thing. I'm sorry.
I grabbed mine up.
Say
So
I don't have a gun.
to start to start everything off as per usual, we have the Fool Arcanas. So the Fool Arcanas are always the leader, always the main characters, and so we're gonna start things off with that, and then we're gonna go straight into the other like probably rapid fire arcanas before we go to the more grouped together arcanas.
Oh yeah.
So to start us off is actually myself. I'll be starting us off this time for my particular Fool Arcana. And if people may know, I used Lelouch v Britannia from Code Geass my last one.
Which was good. I
So
like this.
so this team specifically, I'm trying to go for more of like identity to be their big like overarching like problem, because personas have to have like this some kind of like theme behind them. So I'm going with identity from mine, and I think this main character definitely fits that. I went with Atsushi Nakajima from Bungo.
Yay! My tiger boy, the Kitty.
So yeah, basically,
Fire tiger.
and also AKA his code name is going to be Beast because of that.
That's so sick. That's so sick.
So basically, yeah, Atsushi, as people know from his original canon, his life fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, dropped off at a church as an orphan, but then even the church fucking doesn't like you. You go to an agency, a lot of them don't like you. You run into Akutagawa out of nowhere, and he doesn't like you just from looking at you. So I'm just like, yeah, you know what? He kind of fits that. Like he fits the whole idea about not knowing who he is. He's not seeing his own identity in this world. He's not seeing himself where he can be, where he wants to go for his future, to whatever. So I feel like he can actually fit that idea of the Fool Arcana. So his persona is actually, I went with mythology, the more methodical, like the gods of certain, like more certain factions and countries. So this one I went with Zhang Zhou, the white tiger guardian from the Chinese mythology.
Oh, that's actually really
Damn.
cool.
So basically, a little bit of background about this one. Zhang Zhou is like he is like the guardian of the clouds. He's like the white tiger of the land. He is a very he's also like referenced in snow, like being like just pure white. He's like even think there was like an SCP based on him actually. I could be wrong, but
Oh shit.
he's very powerful. He's mysterious, but he's also like he's very like forthcoming. He's very foretold to like know what is going to happen in the beginning to or his middle or his end. He's very like like the fates don't really know where he will go. So he's like that wild card, which fits because the fool is always that wild card. In terms of weapons, I still went with the Persona 5 route, so I went with a melee and a ranged weapon. For Atsushi, since he's always melee combat, I decided to beast the four claws as well as a combat shotgun.
Oh, that's so cool. So he's more like close range combat, which definitely fits it, you know.
Which mostly fits him. So he's definitely like he's definitely like Makoto from Persona 5. As everybody knows, she's also like the very upfront and personal combat style. So, but yeah, I feel that Atsushi, he's a very like good character from an underrated series. I still don't know how it's underrated to you guys. All of you anime watchers, go watch Bungo Stray Dogs if you haven't watched it already, okay?
And you know what's also interesting about Atsushi is that despite his whole life being complete and utter shit, he's still a very nice person. Like, he's still willing to give people a chance. So imagine like him now leading a team. Like, he now has people who actually like him. They're not scared of him. They like him. So I definitely can see like him growing as a character, going from like timid, shy boy to now like a confident leader. That's definitely good for Atsushi.
Yeah.
Plus, this man deserves a harem. I'm sorry.
All a lot of males do.
I'm honestly envisioning, since Atsushi is such a nice dude, like how fucking jarring and fucking impressive will be to his team for him to just take that combat shotgun and just go fucking doom guy by the end of his journey with it. Like, just how effective he is. Like, just taking shadow and shadow after shadow, and they're like, holy shit, dude.
Like,
so that's basically my beginning of my team, which I'm calling the Blades. Mostly because a lot of these characters are using blades in certain ways. So, next person on this list, I changed it up just to give like a little bit of a pizzazz, a little bit of flavor here, so we can get some fun. Next up is going to be Trey for his four.
Oh, I am curious about this one.
So, Trey, do you have a little tease about what you want to say about your theme about this particular team?
Oh, you know I do. I put a lot of thought into this team. And honestly, I would say, like, my last team, the theme was basically kind of like the opposite of Persona 5, and how, like, they embrace position society put onto them willingly, but they need to break out and find something different. This is in a similar vein, but less around society and more so internal struggle as well, kind of similar to Identity, but it's more purpose. It's like these characters have a lot of talent, intelligence, or attributes or skills that can be put to good use. But the thing is, they don't know what their purpose is, or they're wasting their talents on a purpose that does not suit them, or etc., etc. Basically, it's them trying to figure out a way in life that would suit them personally and their talents.
All right, I get it!
And
okay, so I appreciate I asked for a tease, but he gives a summary, but here is your Fool or Kana, my friend.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, man. Kicking this off is Yuma Kuga from World Trigger, the Deuteragonist from, well, World Trigger.
Yay.
I chose him because, fitting with the theme of purpose, his backstory in the original series is that he came from an alien world where he fought wars on a regular with his father, and then during one unfaithful battle, his father was killed, and his body was heavily injured. So his father, before his death, sacrificed his own personal black trigger to save his life by constructing a body made out of their own energy source. Thus, he's stuck in that form despite being 15 years old. And pretty much he's just going around aimlessly. But moving on from this, though, I feel like one thing that really fits him because of this, his make-believe body and his new lack of purpose, his persona, I chose the novel Pinocchio.
Oh shit! That
That
oh my
actually
God.
kind of works.
It does work. Holy shit!
And Pinocchio, I feel like, and in a lot of ways, Yuma Kuga, he's kind of the opposite of Pinocchio in a lot of ways, despite having a lot of similarities in their storylines. Like, even down to the fact of lying. Like, Pinocchio, he lies, his nose grows. In World Trigger, Yuma has a special ability that allows him to detect when someone's lying and not telling the truth.
Oh shit!
A
And in terms of
walking
design,
living lie detector, broken as hell.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. And in terms of design, I'm actually thinking this image, as well as maybe some inspiration from Lies of P, would also work in representing what his persona could really be. And as for his actual weapons, I chose inspiration, a tri-bladed glaive, because in World Trigger, he actually wields dual daggers that he's capable of morphing into, well, blades like this as either close combat or throwing weapons. And he's a very naturally agile born fighter. It just really fits him. And I chose him as the fool because in his original series, he allows the main protagonist of that series, I forget his name. I forget his name. I can't go into that though.
It's been a
He
while.
allows,
I'll be to remember him.
yeah, he allows him to take a lead, whereas he plays like, support, second in command. He's pretty much just their ace of the group, but he still relinquishes leadership duties to someone else. In my mind, I'm thinking, how would it feel to put Yuma in a position where he actually has to be in charge, despite him being more of a go with the flow kind of person? If that makes any sense.
I think it would be interesting, like to show the development with that, because maybe he's usually he goes out, but then he sees everyone looking at him like, what do we do? Oh, right, I'm the leader. Okay, like that, like now he's the one that's calling the shots, not him, getting the shots. It's fuck, all right.
No, I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
I can definitely envision, like, at the start he's more comfortable delegating duties onto other people and trying to ignore his role. But as the time goes on and the story progresses, his team starts pushing him more to take more proactiveness and take charge more as a leader and start making decisions himself. Plus, I think it would be really fucking funny if he had a harem as well. Like, I've talked about Brandon and Kevin.
That's the
Like,
point of the
just-
Blue Arcanas. For
That's
one of the
true.
reasons.
It's
Like,
so
he's
much
a very pragmatic. He's a very pragmatic person, so he'd be like, "I like all of you. You like all of me. So why not?"
Because like
It's almost like it's just like it's like perfect that he's like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. Let's have a polycule.
it's like,
That's really
like,
good. Whoever hasn't seen this show, watch it. It's great.
It's
pretty
a
good.
really underrated
I need
show.
to continue it. Oh man. Oh man.
gonna have to
Honestly,
support
Trey,
it, 'cause,
this
like, the
was a
conflict does look interesting.
good choice for a Fool Arcana. We have two good Fool Arcanas in a row right now.
Wait a minute. Wait. Both of them are white hair too. That's
True.
Oh shit!
Are we
Let's see-
going to
let's
keep up
see.
the trend?
No, we're
Let's see
not.
what you got there,
Oh,
Kevin.
man.
Okay, so
Damn
this
it.
team, in a way, this team is all about second chances. Maybe like in society they were seen as one role, but then like later on they have to something happens that hurts them or forces them to evolve. So I kind of went with that theme for this team. And my fool, don't worry guys, if you're hurt, this guy will heal you. Well, at least in this series.
There we go.
Oh,
Ken
Usato!
from the wrong way to use healing magic.
Second
This guy.
season, here we come, boys.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about Ken is that in his series, he literally calls himself a secondary character. Like, okay, no lie. Like, even in the first episode, he says that he's lived his life as a background character. He's fine with that. He's completely okay with just being the background character, like, not doing the crazy shit like most protagonists do. And then, the shit happens in the series. So, just imagine him taking the role of the fool, literally the wild card with the most potential. He's just like, huh? 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 Like,
He
what?
probably literally asked Igor point blank, "Are you sure you chose the right guy for this?"
Absolutely.
Basically,
Yeah.
because that's literally what happens when he first meets Rose in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
A lot. Rescue squad. This woman's more like a lifesaver than a lifesaver.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's just funny to like have Ken like this. Now, as for his persona, it's very interesting. It was hard to choose one that was good, but I kind of went with one that kind of focused on his training and stuff, like his kind of in a way warrior spirit. It is Bruce Lee.
Yo!
Bruce fucking Lee.
What? What?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Alrighty then.
What?
I'm
You'll see. You'll see.
oh dear, I feel like I know.
Oh, no.
But anyways, so Bruce Lee, like we all know he's a kung fu master, and I feel like in a way that reflects Usato because in his series he had to be forced to train through combat, because even though he's a healer, he needs to know how to be strong, carry people, move objects and such. So having a persona like that would be interesting, and plus, technically, Bruce Lee could be a more physically attributed persona instead of like a persona that uses magic. So I think that'd be interesting for Ken. Now, as for his weapon, I went with the bow staff and the gun. I know usually the Fool has a knife or a sword, bladed weapons, because swords go brrr. But I wanted to do something different, because I feel like Ken wouldn't really want to cut apart opponents. I feel like a staff would be good to like in a way ward off enemies. Like I feel like at the beginning he's just like look, that's not how you use a bow staff. I'm trying.
It's a big stick. Twirl the damn thing.
But as the series goes on, I feel like he can use it more. Like imagine he has to go over like a bunch of shadows. Instead, he pole bolts over with the bow staff. As for the revolver, like I feel like in a way this kind of represents like his skill. Like he wants to see if he can master 6 shots. Like just try to take him down 6 shots. He doesn't want to, overextend a fight. He wants to just end it in a certain way.
Wait, I just thought of a better gun for Ken. A tranquilizer gun.
I mean, how would that really work against shadows? I get what you mean. I get that, but still, I feel like
technically, drugs and items do work on shadows in the game, and so.
It's true, and plus, I mean, Morgana kills shadows with a slingshot, so.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Well,
it's all about perception. Yeah.
All right, Reddit, edit it in now. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Anyways, but overall, I just feel like Ken will be an interesting character because now he goes from background character to main protagonist.
Well, to be fair, he did in the story too.
No, I know, but like, imagine him leading a team instead of like literally being a healer. I just feel like that would be interesting. Because we're going to see the rest of this game because it's going to be very interesting.
Because this is like, all right, Ken, what's the plan here?
You're asking me.
You're the leader.
You were the Disneyland leader. We voted on it.
When did we vote on this? Last night.
Day one.
Last night.
And then, like, all in favor of making Utah leader? He's just right there playing video games. Good job, Mario.
Your answer? Oh, sorry.
I'm noticing a trend here that we choose characters that would not want to be leaders at all.
Which it makes it better when they develop the competent fighters and leaders,
True. Okay, so 3 for 3.
All right, come on, let's see
what we got for Nicholas.
Nicholas, come on.
Well, Nicholas, do you have like a little brief theme about what you want for your team?
Yeah. Honestly, I ended up kind of turning this into more of a Persona 4-ish story. Where instead of there's like some big overarching conspiracy, there's just this little thing going on and is really important, so they end up discovering more about themselves. So I kind of like that about Persona 4. Why people refuse to accept that and try to force these characters into their own view, I will never know.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
but that's a rant for another day.
Okay, so his persona or his main character for the Arcana.
The Chad! This man, watch. This man is already maxed out charm. This man
already has that charm.
Yeah, fucking yes.
And the physicality.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Yuma can take him.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Trey, trust me. Akatsuki Osawa is broken in his world.
Ben.
But I mean, it kind of does work, because all of them, like all the other ones before, where he just doesn't want to be, where they don't want to be the leader. This guy literally ran away from his responsibilities to the kingdom he was fighting for,
just so he could wants to do whatever he wants.
No, just so we could fulfill the promise to the main enemy of the previous story.
Yep.
The dude literally took the Demon King's daughter and ran away back to Earth with her.
Just because he made a promise.
Yeah.
Wow. That's bold.
All that hero stuff that he swore to an oath in the kingdom. Throw that out. I'm gonna play this girl's big brother.
Yeah, it's a very funny show.
It's so underrated. Why can't we get another season of this?
I know.
I'm curious what his persona is.
Well, let's take a look.
That's it's supposed to be Arminius.
I tried looking for photos, man. I did the best I could. So, roll with me here.
I know. I don't blame you. It's all I mean is he was this German general. He was this pre-German general who ended up in the Roman Empire and then rebelled against them.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to Akatsuki, where he had a role, he went with it for a while, but then zoop, went his own path. The dude is a freaking legend in Germany, and this is not a bad picture. But in my head, all of my personas are kind of animal-like. So this guy would have definitely a wolfish more persona look.
Probably, yeah. That probably fit.
A wolfman carrying around a sword and shield. Badass.
He is German.
Yeah. But his weapon, pretty sure if anyone else here knows the show, we probably have an idea about what his weapon's going to be.
Oh, I know it. Sword!
Great sword.
The great sword.
Nice.
It's literally his thing. Can it? The only way he could be more badass is if it was somehow also turned into his motorbike.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh man, even from Persona.
That would be great.
It's like some Devil May Cry 5 thing.
Well, I mean, technically, we could technically do that. I mean, Makoto had a motorcycle persona that turns into a car and a transformer.
Who knows?
But okay, Matey boy.
The pressure's on.
You must wrap this up, buddy, with your full arcana.
Either it's gotta be a nice guy, or you got a me. What are you gonna do?
Well, ironically, I'm almost doing the similar thing that Nicholas did, where you're embracing your actual true side, but I'm also taking a bit of a page for Persona 5 for, well, going through like a phase, like having a hard time, but overcoming it. And as for my full arcana, this was a little tricky, but thankfully Nicholas got me into this show a few months ago, so draw.
High card.
Yeah, I went with Finn Ullman because, interestingly enough, I feel like he would definitely be like the Joker for the team, because like we all see how smooth he could be. Like, he's not a ladies' man, but the guy is pretty smooth. He knows how to negotiate, and he's pretty like happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So I figured that he would work out for like early on. Like, yeah, he's like going around, but doing some of these bad things, but in actuality, he's just doing it because he wants to help out an orphanage.
So, let me ask you, Nate, real quick.
What's that?
What's his rank on intelligence?
I would say, like, he's not stupid, mind you, but
He's
I would
average.
say he's...
Damn, I thought when he said no negotiation, I'd be like, damn, he must be really smart.
He's very, I would say he's very street smart, because he also grew up on the streets in an orphanage, and he's always been doing that half his life. So that's kind of where he stands.
Yeah,
so
so
you're
like
not your brothers. Okay.
yeah, so he's pretty good with people. And as for his persona, it was a little tricky, but I decided to go with one that actually captured his carefree nature.
Is it our turn?
I went with Hermes, and yeah, I kind of took a page from Junpei on this one, considering both of them do have that happy-go-lucky, carefree nature to go for. So I think Hermes would be a perfect fit, because Finn is all about straightforwardness. Like, even in battle too, he's pretty straightforward with what he does.
Yeah, it's true. He's like bowling a china shop at times, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like in terms of like how he actually does in combat, instead of just like having just all physical, I feel like Hermes would actually be kind of have some gun-oriented base attacks. And speaking of guns, I went with a knife and a handgun. I feel like he would be more specialized in a handgun, because anyone that's seen High Card know that his main ability
is just a gun with never-ending bullets.
Yep.
And he's a really good shot. Like, I'm not kidding. People that saw like the ending for season 1, that is impressive.
Yeah.
So he's cheating.
Like, no. It's more like, you know how Snake has that headband with that gives him infinite ammo? It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like he's definitely going to be more gun orientated, and I think like for his role as a leader, he will be a little unsure about it at first, because he'll probably have that self doubt of like, do I really want to do this? Is this what I truly want? But I think over time he will actually accept being a good leader, and of course, like, well, even encouraging a lot of the other members of the team, like even when they have to go through a struggle, he'll be there to cheer them up. Because that's the main thing with Finn. He's always doing like these things because he's a genuinely good guy.
And also a goofball at times.
Yeah,
So
but then again, he's what's up?
Go ahead, Nate. No, you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, he may be like a goofball in that one, but he does it for good intentions. So
Yes.
4 goofballs and 1 Chad. Winner, Nicholas.
Honestly, feels like I'm looking at another version of Leon Kennedy right now.
It's like,
Well, honestly, you're not wrong.
it's like what? Because I mean, no, like you got a bingo card on that one there, Trey.
I mean, if he has an Ada Wong, that would be fantastic.
I mean, he's got Wendy.
Okay, so
now Wendy Sato.
Arcanas, these new teams that we're building, kind of everyone can kind of get an idea about where we're going with some of these themes. So going into the next Arcana, which is the Lovers Arcana, and spoiler alert, there's actually only 2 Lovers Arcanas. Myself, and I'm not going to say who else. You're going to wait to see who else chose on this one.
Oh,
But
Right?
in terms of Lovers Arcana, they always people always like try to say like, oh, they have to be the like almost like a damsel, or they have to be like a tomboy or something like that. It's like that's not true, really, because the way the Lovers Arcana is supposed to work is you're supposed to have this like a change about them. It's supposed to be like just basically redeeming yourself in a way, just finding yourself in what in society is that. So the person that go with that and continue with the whole identity trend I have for my team, I chose Lily from Spy Classroom.
Yay!
Hey. I'm imagining conversations between her and Atsushi where he's like, holy shit. Like Atsushi's like, holy shit, you're actually paler than I am.
Okay, let's move
Okay,
on.
then.
moving on.
So Lily, the whole thing about with Lily, the reason why I graduated towards her for my Lover's Arcana is because the fact she kind of like has that loving side about her, but she doesn't know how to express that in a way. Because, little spoiler to anybody who doesn't know her backstory is fucked up. She lost her family in another world war when her whole town was affected by a biological weapon. And now she has immunity to almost every single poison because of that, because she was the only survivor.
Well, that explains the hair. Was that just
She
a
was
natural
born with that hair color.
Ignoring that,
So that's the whole thing about that. She doesn't know how to, like, she may come up as that loving type, but she doesn't know how to like accept it or to how to really receive it that well because of that. And I think Atsushi being alone for all that time he was in, it would kind of be like that, like common ground. He would find that way to help her. Plus, it'll be fun. Plus, it's fucking hilarious because I already have a funny idea about how she gets into the metaverse in one of these.
Oh,
yeah, let's.
Oh man, it's a funny idea. But in terms of her persona, it's very like on the nose about what was gonna be do. She's a status ailment, so it's gonna be a lot of like poison buffs, all that kind of stuff. So I went with the poison bird from Chinese mythology, Zaniol, which is basically all about fragrances, poisons, and also incense, herbs, and like also to like build you up, but also to knock you down.
ooh, that is deadly. Holy crap!
That sounds like Mao Mao's persona, to be honest.
In a way, this one would actually fit Mao Mao's too as well. But it's definitely like just seeing Lily like summon this persona, like a bunch of like smoke surrounds her for the first time, and then she'll rip off her mask, and then like just kind of showing up out of the shadows and the clouds. You see this giant green feathered, purple feathered bird in the middle of the background. That alone just sounds like pretty mesmerizing to me. But in terms of her combat and also her weapons, very simple. I went with a normal combat dagger and also a normal short-handed pistol, because she's also very adept with guns in the show, as well as she tries to be with melee combat because some poisons do affect physically. So she probably coat her blade in poison to like affect a shadow or a boss or something.
Fun fact: that's actually the same kind of pistol James Bond uses.
Yes.
Son of a Oh, she's from a series called Spy Classroom.
You did that on purpose, did you, Brandon?
Not really. I just saw a pistol. I thought, like, oh, that honestly looks like the one she actually uses.
That would have been cool, though.
Guns are
Well,
cool.
you're welcome, Brandon. I gave you an idea of symbolism.
Awesome idea. Goes in the shredder.
Oh,
Oh.
that's so mean.
But
All
going off to you, buddy, because you are the other lovers arcana for the only other lovers arcana on this list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I chose this one because even though my love of this series kind of waned, I still have a lot of respect for her as a character and for a lot of what the series entails. And she is also best girl in the series. Fight me! I'm talking about Shinobu Kochu from Demon Slayer.
Oh.
Wait, I just realized I had Mitsui for the Lovers Arcana last time, and now I'm trying to Shinobu.
That actually now we're talking about the Shinobu uses poisons, and what does my lovers arcana use in the previous slot?
Well, I chose Shinobu because like she has some attributes that fill in with the lovers, but she also fits with the idea of purpose because in her original story she's trying to fill in the shoes of her older sister, even though her body isn't really suited for Demon Slayer fighting because well, it just isn't. Same thing here in this version of Persona Team. I'm going for a more Persona 3 route. We got an official team funded by the government, that kind of thing. And her sister was a Persona user, died to shadows, and now Shinobu, who originally wanted to be in the medical field, feels as though she has an obligation to follow up in what her sister wanted to do, even though she's more suited as a nurse. So her journey is like, realizing she doesn't need to go down this route to pay homage to her sister, and her sister would want her to follow her own dreams.
Yeah.
And in falling in line with this theme of sisterhood, Brandon, you are an incredibly patient man because I know you were probably cursing the fuck out of me when I told you about this one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
What?
I chose an Asian novel or short story called Jeonghwa Hongrion Jion. I probably butchered the fuck out of that. I did my best. I'm sorry. But basically, it's a tale around two sisters who unfortunately met their tragic end due to the machinations of, well, evil stepmother manipulating their father. They do get their justice in the end, across the spirit plane, but it's still a tragic tale. And this theme of sisterhood and death just ties in very well with Shinobu, and I can imagine her design being very yokai adjacent, possibly some tributes to Demon Slayer as well in this. And in terms of what her element could be, I can imagine probably a more wind-based nature as a reference to her insect breathing.
Yeah, that might be better for her.
As for her weapons, though, I didn't go with the traditional custom blade she had that injects poison. Instead, I went with the small sword.
Oh.
This is an actual real-life blade, slightly thinner than your own fencing rapier, because it's more for, well, thrusting and stabbing. And, I mean, that's as good of a reference as I can get to how she fights in Demon Slayer. Not to mention her role in the team will be more healer adjacent anyway, so it's good to just have a weapon just fend off enemies. And as for her dynamic in the team, it's going to be very similar to how she acts in Demon Slayer proper, trying her best to be patient with everyone, but internally she's screaming the fuck out of her mind how dumb everyone is acting.
If someone does something,
Especially
she's gonna
fucking
especially she's like, Ara, Yuma-kun. What was that you said?
Oh, nothing.
No, Yuma would not do that. He would be like, what? What'd I do?
Oh.
Because I think that's how he is.
Yeah, he
Oh
never
boy,
gets
yeah,
killed.
those two are gonna butt heads a lot.
So yeah, like these were the only two lovers arcanas, so we're gonna be moving on. But really good choice here, Trey. I like the dynamic. So moving on to the other arcana that's gonna be completely new is the Chariot Arcana from Nicholas.
Nice.
So do you have anything to say, to tease?
Yeah, this will be the second character. The first character or fool meets, and you know how the tradition is the first character in a Persona series is a goofball, like who's kind of played for jokes.
Kinda?
I decide, what if we went a different route?
oh
Yeah.
shit.
Trey!
Oh my God, Trey!
Trey! Rude! Very rude!
No, this is a good choice. I just went, oh shit. Like I can just imagine how Tenya fits into that role.
Okay.
He does.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, he's not, I'll be frank. He's not my favorite male in My Hero, but he's up there. He's definitely up there. I figured he would be probably the brain, somewhat of the brains behind this operation, but more book smart.
Makes sense.
So he'd be, trying to find a quote unquote rational solution to everything, and then when he just can't do it anymore, just he would snap every once in a while and just be like, "This is bullshit."
Like I can imagine, like Akatsuki's like, my goodness, Tenya.
What?
Like, no, you had it in you.
This is seriously the biggest question you have right now.
Night.
Like poor, oh god, Akatsuki's
Poor
gonna love
Tenya. He's gonna go bald in
Yes.
this.
Oh, he is. Oh god.
Hey.
Now,
Oh, yeah,
as for the persona, I'm gonna butcher this name. Philippides. If you
Yeah.
guys know the story about, if you guys wanted to know where a marathon came from, this is the guy who basically ran like 27 miles to deliver a message and then died, like on the spot, dead.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I figured that's kind of a nice reference to his quirk in the original story in My Hero, which is basically just around speed and everything. But yeah, like I said, it would be more of an animal theme, so definitely more cheetah-ish.
It would definitely be like a cheetah, definitely.
Yeah, I was thinking cheetah or like maybe an emu.
Kind of funny about this how you chose someone that's inspired the marathon, which is based around delivering, and that's pretty much what Ida does for all
Exactly.
the series.
Exactly,
Just
Trey. You
delivering
got it.
Weapons.
We're going on as weapons.
Yeah. Think Chie from Persona 4.
Oh,
Greaves.
Greaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I imagine him. He will kick very well in this, but pretty much all he won't be slack in terms of punching. Yep,
Okay.
that's him.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
So
wonder what his element will be. Wind? Lightning?
Yes, lightning.
Nice.
Because it's
okay.
fast.
That's pretty good.
Like,
All right. So move on to the next one. It's another Chariot Arcana. This time from Kevin. If he's not muted.
Okay. Anyways, now as for this chariot, I decided to go with another female. This one definitely fits it because I did read it from another story and it definitely fits. It is my redhead queen, Colin Kosuke from Code Geass.
hey,
Yeah, she definitely fits the chariot. Like she's not dumb like how Nicholas said a lot of first characters are. She's more like just more hot-headed, temperamental and such. Mostly because most of us know her story.
He froze. He
Oh,
froze.
Oh no.
Trey, look what you've done, man.
You pass it on to Kevin.
I pass on to Trey, and then Trey passes on to Kevin. What is this?
What's next?
It's a curse. It's gonna move on to Brandon and Nicholas now.
Don't.
He just said he told me his computer died.
Oh no! Worst timing.
Go ahead, Commander.
Continue.
Apologies. Peter apparently doesn't like telling me when it's going to die. Anyways, Colin Kozuki from Code Geass. I think she would be an interesting fool, or not fool, a chariot, because in her series, we all know how she was. Basically, she's half Britannian, half Japanese. Her mother or her father had to marry a Britannian woman, so she had to live under a fake name, had to be timid, but really, she just hates it. She hates seeming weak. So I definitely feel like this would fit her character. Now, as for her persona, it's very interesting. Bonnie Parker, of course, the Bonnie to Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh
Bonnie.
my god.
Yes. Jeez. Come on, guys.
I'm just not expecting that.
Okay, well, you know what, Nicholas? I like subverting expectations. Anyways, Bonnie, we all know the story. She was a rogue criminal along with her partner, Clyde. So I feel like this fits Colin because she's very rebellious. She joined the Japanese resistance in Code Geass, so I feel like Bonnie would definitely fit her. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like she would pull Makoto and have her persona be a bite.
Probably,
Cause
probably.
I can imagine, and I can feel like Ken would be like, "Holy shit, your persona's a bike!" Yeah. So nope.
It's cool.
It's cool. And as for her weapons, I went with a little more melee focus, more size, twin size. I feel like because she is good with hand-to-hand combat, also a sniper rifle, because, well, she also likes fighting long range. I couldn't really find a weapon that fits her Gurren, since Gurren basically uses kind of like an energy gauntlet thing, and I don't know if that would really work as a long range weapon. But
I just got one. I just got one perfect for you.
Okay, what's up, bud?
It's a Katar. It Katar. It can.
Son of a bitch.
It can.
What?
You know what it is, right?
No.
Think Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Son of a bitch. Why is Nicholas always ruining my ideas?
Stop ruining.
No one persona weapons we think of, we just ask Nicholas to come up with them.
Exactly. Yes. He's the weapons expert. Anyways, in all seriousness, for Colin's story, I feel like it would be one of kind of a second chance. You know, like how in school she's usually just a timid girl, but during this escapades with Sona, she eventually becomes more confident in herself, eventually becoming her real self. Maybe even like a moment where bullies are messing with her. She literally just says, "Hey, fuck off," and everyone's like, "Excuse me? You heard me. Unless you want to go, huh, little princess? Come on." And everyone's just like, damn. And obviously, I know her relationship won't be like with Lelouch for Ken, but I feel like Ken would definitely kind of motivate her to, you know, admit to herself that she should be true instead of just pretending to be this little porcelain doll. Although I can imagine she just tells him, you know, if we're going to be together, I'm the only one for you, okay? You do not get to cheat. If you cheat on me, I swear I will kick your ass. Okay.
I believe you.
And then eventually she's yeah, but overall, like, I just feel like Colin would be an interesting chariot, like with Kotobi from the last video, link in the description. What do you guys think? So, you like it?
Yeah, I think it works. I think it really works for Colin.
Yay!
So moving on to the next, to the Chariot Arcana is for Nate.
3 chariots in a row?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I tried to fill in the gap. So
okay, I get you.
That's fair. Okay. But yeah, Chariot, I definitely had to go with a reckless kind of character, but I decided to be interesting with this one. Yeah, this will technically be the mascot. Yeah.
No, fuck no, I'm fucking out of here. Fuck all y'all.
Nate, my only request.
What?
Does she flush the toilet in this version?
Oh my god, we're going there. We're going there.
No. Here's the thing. Yeah, I imagine that look in the slide, that will be like her metaverse look, but I imagine in actuality, she could be an actual cat.
Like Meowie?
Yeah. Yeah, like in a reference to Meowie, but the funny thing is, in reference to what you said, Trey, I'm the kind of kitty that refuses to use a litter box.
Well, you know what? Trey, you want to know the sad part? That is totally in line with what a real cat would do.
See, this is why dogs are better.
I mean, I had cats, and so I can attest to that. It's true.
I prefer fish. You don't have to pick their shit up.
That's fair. But yeah, I went with power for this one for like, yeah, early on she's definitely going to be abrasive, but in terms of the storyline, I haven't fully like caught up where like Chainsaw Man is with the manga, but I did remember reading a moment where Power was actually not going crazy, actually going through some kind of crisis. That I thought that was like really neat, so I figured that can actually happen. And as for the persona, yeah, I'm being way too nose on this one. I went with Nekomata.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah, because Power's mannerisms and behavior is a lot like to an actual cat, like spoiled, abrasive, kind of bit of a temper as well. And I think with this one, I feel like this should be more fire orientated because it's gonna be a lot of craziness when she goes ballistic, especially with her weapons.
So it kind of sounds like an abrasive arm.
Yeah,
one
yeah,
way
in
to
a way.
put it. Yep, and this will translate well into her weapons too.
A fucking warhammer.
And
A
Tommy gun.
warhammer and a goddamn Tommy gun, because we all know that Power is very reckless when it comes to using her ability. So I can imagine like the first time that
I can now only imagine her in real life watching watching Scarface, and then doing the say hello to my little friend.
Ben's gonna be like,
Power, calm down, calm down.
we're in the metaverse. We're killing.
And then she just no more bullets.
What would be even funnier is if she does that and doesn't hit a single damn thing.
Exactly.
Or
That is going in. That has to go in.
mental note, Nate. Mental note on that one.
Yeah, if I had Power in the story, but yeah, like overall, like Power, it'll definitely be like a crazy mascot like character, but there'll definitely be some moments where she'll actually be genuine and actually be like, there'll be times where she actually does be insecure.
Okay.
good, you know.
Okay. This one was definitely the out of left field that we definitely a laugh on this one.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was so
you
good.
got me a mascot character somewhere.
It was so good. I rage quit. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. So
Yeah,
moving on,
man,
we're gonna continue with going on to the other arcanas. We have this one, Judgment for you, Trey.
Foul. You can't have judgment as a single arcana. Judges.
Guilty.
All right.
Allowed.
For the case of Judgment, I decided to branch out towards a light novel series known for its plot, but I didn't choose one of the female. I chose one of the female leads, Yuto Kiba.
Okay.
Personally, okay, this is just me, but I feel like Justice would fit him. But you know what? Continue. I would love to hear this.
The reason why I didn't give him Justice is because someone else fits that way better. You'll understand. But in the case of
it's actually true. I have seen it.
In the case of Yuto Kiba, we already know his backstory: survivor of the Excalibur Project, taken into the Gremory group, etc., etc. Something similar is going to happen in the Persona theme here to fit the theme purpose. Orphan taken in by the Gremlins who do exist in this version as well, but he's sent off so figure out what he wants to do beyond just being in their service because, well, he's a very charismatic individual, well off athleticism. He's better suited towards something beyond just being a butler.
Yeah, well, he'll basically be they'll work in a way that he'll be a ladies' man at school.
Even though
even he doesn't even know what's happening.
Like,
and what ties into these hidden aspirations as well as referencing his experience with Excalibur and canon, I think I know what the Arthurian legend, the myth, the man himself, King Arthur, his persona.
Ooh.
Or as you could call him, Pendragon. I feel like that would be the name of the persona he would do. Like, oh,
that is better. I love that. That is so much better. I love.
I mean, Arthur is cool, but it's Arthur. Like, it's very vague. So Arthur Pendragon would fit, you know.
Or Pendragon.
Future edit. Change this to Saber's image.
Ah, yes.
That was so hilarious too. But in terms of like what his skills would be, I can imagine that his go-to elements would be. Would you say bless or lightning fits his?
I'd say
light.
Probably bless. Yeah,
probably bless. So the holy magic.
Yep. So holy magic would be more suited to him, and honestly, like of course, his weapons, dual swords. Like this was the easiest character for me to integrate into Persona out of all his characters. Like he's just so straightforward. But I think it would be really cool as well, like for him to have the most interchangeable weapons, like really canonize the whole loot system in Persona. Like they kill shadows, and Kiba for some reason keeps getting the most swords out of all of them, and they're like, why do you keep getting new shit? Like why don't we get stuff? And he's like, God just favors me.
I call bullshit.
As for his dynamic within as for his dynamic within the team, ironically enough, I want him to butt heads with Yuma on this because similarly, I just don't. I think their personalities would clash, especially with Yuma in the leadership role. I can see Yuta casting doubt onto how serious Yuma is taking his role as leader and as the fool. And though their arc together will be somewhat akin to a catchy, except instead of like rivalry, it's more so like prove that you are serious about this.
Yeah.
Like, would it go to a point where like Yuta would even say, "Yuma, fight me," like to see like if he can handle Yuma, like to handle the wild card, and then when he loses, he's like, "Damn it, what the hell? I did everything. I fought. I trained my damn best. I couldn't even.
Now you
even
did.
bring out your full."
But you keep forgetting. I'm a wild card. Remember?
Keep saying that. Why is it you? Why do you have to be the wild card?
I don't know, man. I didn't ask for this, but the best we can do is just make good use of what I have. I'm gonna need you by my side to make sure I'm putting it to good use.
Ah,
That
that's a
would
good.
be a sweet moment.
Yeah, like 'cause now Yuta realizes, oh shit, you must not doing this like take granted. Like he doesn't even know how to be a good leader. He needs us. Like I like that. I like that now Yuta realizes, fuck, what am I complaining about? Like I should help him. Why am I, like I like that. I like that.
So yeah, this definitely like Kiba. Well, good on you there, pretty boy. You managed to secure the Judgment Arcana.
Counter argument. I do feel like he could also be the Emperor if you didn't have that. Just saying.
I'm just gonna
true.
say behind the scenes, Emperor Justice were also contenders. I just chose other ones.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, so now moving on to more group arcanas that show off. We now are going to the Magician Arcana for myself. Now this one I had to I changed one character on this one particularly. This was originally supposed to be Edward Elric, but that's a little too on the nose. So I chose this female character from this show that actually really does fit the Arcana itself. I chose Maki Oze from Fire Force.
Ah,
Yay.
the
Yay.
first female
Yes.
magician Arcana.
Yes, crush me. I mean, what?
Fire Witch herself. I love it.
Yeah.
I just said that.
So as people may know, the Magician Arcana is always like a bag of tricks. They're supposed to be like very very competent about themselves, but they're also like very like insecure. We're going again to the whole thing about identity. So Maki, as we know from Fire Force, she tries to be very feminine, but she's very very masculine instead. I mean, the physicality and everything else about that kind of shows pretty well, if I had to say so.
And every time she somehow thinks someone's talking shit, and then she's like, "Who are you calling?" He's like, "I didn't say that." It's just funny.
So yeah, like this actually kind of would work. Like Atsushi can actually tell her that very similar to what you have with Colin and Usato on yours, Kevin.
Yeah.
Atsushi can kind of tell Maki that she doesn't have to like try to like force yourself to basically be like someone that you wanted people to see yourself as. Just be yourself. Just be who you are. Like it doesn't matter if you're skinny, buff, whatever. You just make you. Just make yourself be special.
And it added that Atsushi's like, "Besides, you're already beautiful the way you are." Oh, Atsushi, you're such a flirt.
Oh. So yeah, like go into her persona is actually was pretty tricky to think about, but then I realized this from a recent movie that took inspiration from this, and also a little bit of representation to the Polynesian people.
Huh?
I chose Pele from the Hawaiian mythology. As people may know, this is the goddess of volcanic lava, fire, but it's also to symbolize beginning, because as people may know, Hawaii is an island chain, and they use molten lava to create new lands, new life, as you would say. So you could definitely take this affinity to heart because yes, she is the fire affinity. That is going to be her affinity. It's pretty obvious in that one.
Also physical, probably because she's very strong.
That too. But in terms of her weapon, Nate, I'm joining you on this one, buddy. I'm giving her a warhammer as well as a
Yeah.
grenade launcher.
Oh my god, do not put Maki and Power in the same room
Wait, but
against shadows.
Unlike Power, Maki can actually hit something because you know how strong grenade launchers are. They will hit you regardless.
They'll hit you regardless with that AOE effect. So yeah, I just
Hey,
feel like
massive.
Maki with just like how she views herself in Fire Force, like it just kind of like fits the whole like okay, like this is like if this team is about identity and trying to like see yourself or how society views yourself, do something like that, and actually this can actually be a good development and something else for her personally rather than just for the sake of the plot. Thank you, Fire Force, for that one, actually.
Also, let's not forget that she is technically kind of like the big sister. So imagine two of the characters fighting, and she's like, "Okay, enough.
Yeah, thought.
Okay, we have to take this seriously. Okay, so listen to Atsushi, or you have to answer to me." Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh god.
So yeah, that's basically my Magician Arcana for this team.
Nice.
That's very hot.
Because she is.
Yeah. You said it. Okay, let's go.
Moving on to the next Magician Arcana is for you, Trey.
Oh, let's get straight to it. This is from
Okay.
another series I don't really talk about much, but I'm still keeping up with. And this is ironically one of my favorite characters in series.
Hey!
Zora!
Over.
You know what's funny? The Magician Arcana, like Brandon said, about tricks and stuff, about skills. And Zora, all he knows is traps. And
Oh
pranks.
my
So,
god.
Oh
Why,
boy.
why do I imagine him pulling pranks on everyone on the team?
Oh god.
Mostly stink bombs.
Ironically enough, after giving it some thought, I think Zora will be Yuma's best friend in this group because like they just have
No.
a simple.
Oh my
No,
god.
you are 100% right.
Oh, that would be ironic.
Like I can imagine Zora's making a stink bomb. He was like, "What does this one do?" Oh, trust me, this one, it's a stinker. I concocted this. The steak will last 4 hours, even if you wash the clothes. Seriously. Oh yeah,
Oh.
want this?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he'd definitely be the shit stirrer, especially with Yuma's attitude. Like when everyone's just freaking out, Zora's probably just the one goading on for entertainment. But on the topic of him, on a serious note, his purpose, we already know his backstory. Father was a wizard, died, and now he wants to prove that, all these modern day wizard knights really ain't shit in comparison to the what his father really stood and represented for.
Oh yeah.
So his arc is going to be revolving around, moving past his grief over his father's loss instead of being caught up in trying to prove a point. Instead, he sets out on making his own point, like leaving his own mark in the world instead of simply trying to put his father's place on things. Now, in regards to his persona, I went a bit more obscure. We all know Jack Nicholson's famous movie in his role in The Shining. I decided to go for Doctor Sleep.
Oh,
Ooh.
I chose this because it actually follows the story of Danny Torres, basically the son from the original The Shining, and in his role in that movie, basically on his own role in trying to redeem himself over the amount of sins he's committed as he's grown up due to his trauma. I feel like that fits Zora in a certain way. While Zora doesn't do anything near as bad as Danny does in that movie and or book, he does have to find his way towards being less rough around the edges and dirty-handed so he can be a proper wizard knight. So I feel like that kind of vibe fits here. He finds his way out of being, this off-standing, dirty-minded dude into being someone much more stand-up if a bit rough around the edges. And as for his weapon fitting his whole trapster vibe, I chose a hunting rifle.
Because it fits
Yeah.
him. It fits him.
Exactly. And contrary to Power, he actually can hit shit with it. Does he care?
God, we're just
Damn.
roasting power.
Well, yeah, because she deserves it. Anyways, continue.
But does he care that he can hit shit with it? No, because magic is way cooler. He prefers dark spells, but everybody keeps telling him to use his fucking gun so he doesn't keep making himself get aneurysms.
I can imagine he's like, fine. You didn't see. You didn't aim. I got him.
I got him.
Oh boy. You're hitting
Where's-
every
where's-
shadow.
Where's the fun? Where's the fun in everything like that?
Does he not realize he's hitting literally every shadow point blank?
I don't think he cares.
Like you see a shadow behind him.
Are we done?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that, exactly. Overall, though, I feel like he's just a good fit for his team. Like I said, he would be a great best friend to Yuma and would have a very entertaining dynamic with the rest of the group as well. Even though they're not as crazy as the Black Bulls, I mean, it's anime. You're gonna get some crazy in there.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true. That's true.
All right, but good choice in this one. Really good choice. So keeping with the magician arcana trend, we have Kevin next on this one.
Brandon, I like how you shit talk a certain character because they are my magician. Go ahead, reveal it.
Hey!
This man was just shit talking my magician.
I wasn't
Now-
shit talking. I was just saying it was just on the nose. I want to be different.
Well, you know what, Brandon? I want to be on the nose.
Fuck it,
Anyway,
I'll shit talk. Fuck you with your short ass height and your blonde ass ponytail.
Woo! Anyways,
Oh,
anyways,
Would you like to
so-
repeat that?
fun fact: I was gonna actually have Gray Fullbuster as the magician, but then I thought, Full Metal isn't talked as much as anymore. So you know what? I'm gonna bring in one character, and honestly, Ed fits. I feel like, in the Persona world, I feel like he would be more like not really a punk, but more of a what's the word? Goth, kind of. Like he does go to school, he does do good grades, but everyone just thinks this guy is so edgy, it's so brooding. Like,
so like the stereotypical like he's a nice guy, but people view him as a thug.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
But like
Oh, so like Miyamura.
You know how like sometimes when he does his alchemy, like for example in Brotherhood when he transformed that car into
Yeah.
like that Edward head, have you guys noticed that it looks kind of more like a punkish kind of design or something?
It's true.
So it's like I can imagine that. And so I can imagine when he's on the team and like if this was like a P5 kind of thing, he makes the calling card. Imagine if everyone's looking like Ken and Colin like, what the fuck is this? It's the calling card. This is edgy.
Dude,
How is it edgy?
you
it's
have
cool.
you have spike flames on the doors.
Because it's badass. Come on.
You have freaking BDSM in the background of your chairs.
Okay, well, you know what? This represents this fucker's mindset. So you know what? This is accurate. Jesus Christ, Elric.
Just
Okay, you know
get in the
what?
car.
So as for his persona, this was very interesting, but I eventually went with Sir Isaac Newton or Newton, master of alchemy, because I wanted to fit the alchemist theme, based on the magician. So I feel like Edward would do this. His main spells would probably be mostly fire based, but also with buffs, And hell, I can even imagine it socially involves making chemicals for the group. Some that might boost stamina, others might be effective. Now, as for his weapons, I didn't give Edward a gun this time. Instead, I gave him a metal bat because we see him mostly using metal blunt objects, but also a slingshot.
So like Morgana, nice.
Yes, but Edward's actually good. No, in all seriousness, Edward's reasoning for this, he doesn't like guns. We all know he doesn't like guns.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, he
true.
doesn't.
Technically, cannons he will use, but guns, like I can imagine, like he sees everyone with a gun, like we'll need a gun. Nah, you need a gun,
got it.
dude. I got it. You have a slingshot. You carry a slingshot with you to school? Yeah. For what? Target practice.
Target practice.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean target practice?
I
mean,
don't
like this.
birds?
No, of course I don't shoot birds. I'm not an animal. I shoot glass bottles. Oh my god.
And sometimes bullies.
What? Yeah.
What?
Okay, we're gonna talk about this later, Ed.
Okay.
I mean,
Fine,
you can
But
talk about it. I'm gonna keep using this.
so overall, I feel like Edward's journey is about more kind of opening up because usually, like I feel like in a way, Edward is kind of more reserved. Like he'll talk to people, he'll help them, but like most of the time he's more introverted. So I feel like Ken and Colin would help him with that. He eventually becomes more open, maybe even mentioning like his brother and such, mentioning his shitbag of a father, and like eventually he would want to be like something like a doctor or something to help with the world. Of course, there's also the milk joke. Like, Ed,
Ed,
why aren't
how
you
come you
drinking the
haven't
milk?
touched your milk?
I don't
I
wanna.
ain't drinking it.
Dude, you need
Oh,
to
come
drink
on, it's
milk.
gonna be good for your bones.
I ain't drinking it.
It's that's scientifically false. It only works when you're 2 years old. Ed, for God's sake, you need to drink
Ed,
something.
we're gonna just drink the goddamn milk.
No, no, no! You
Yeah,
can't
hold
make
him
me
down.
drink the
Hold him
milk!
down.
Alright, got him.
Oh God. Oh, there's gonna be abundance of short jokes. You will see why. But yeah, overall, this
Basically.
is yep. That's my magician.
So yeah, that was
And the
basically all the
science is a
magicians.
magician.
So now we're going to the fortune arcanas for this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What's yours?
So mine is actually it's pretty interesting, but I had to bring in some love for this one series that had 2 seasons and we're still waiting on the movie announcement for it. But I chose Alexia Midgar from Eminence and Shadow on this one.
Hmm.
Because the whole thing about the Fortune Arcana is about just like it's similar to a lot of certain things about the identity and everything, but it's also like it's trying to find like yourself, like finding your talents, and that's basically what Alexia fits. She's been told about the whole that she's a like a noble swordswoman. She's a very like strong person, but like she never really gets treated like that. She always thinks like people think she's just like a spoiled ice princess. No, like nobody can match her. She can't even beat her sister and all that. So Atsushi can see that, and especially how like Alexia in this story is kind of like the school idol, but she's like, but to everyone she is like they also call her like the ice princess of their class because nobody really talks to her. She doesn't really talk to anybody. So Atsushi is kind of having that in a way. It's like kind of having that relationship he already has in normal Bungo Stray Dogs with Kyoko.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Is he gonna ask her on a date? He's like, how about we go hang out? Just us?
Mm-hmm.
Like a date?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, as long as you're paying.
I walked into that one.
See you Saturday.
This fucker just scored a date and he's complaining. Come on.
He didn't think it was gonna happen. It was like he's not mentally prepared.
Yeah, so in terms of her persona and definitely taking inspiration from her like ideology of like trying to like find but like definitely idolize Shadow and Sid in general. From Norse mythology, I went with Hermfraxi, which is basically the shadow steed of the night.
Oh, what? I feel like for this, like it would mostly be like a woman riding the horse. I feel like, if anything.
Yeah, like a spectral person riding this like shadowy shadowy horse, and it's like very like ominous. It's very like uncertainty, but it's very noble, fitting of like in terms of like the original story for Alexia because she's the second princess of the kingdom. But this would actually just fit like she's just such a popular student, very much like good like top grades of their class, so much so like that. And for terms of her weapons, I actually went this time with a katana, but also a normal marksman rifle, because it fits her. Because like she basically in around the halfway mark of season 1, she decides because of Shadow she's gonna like find her own fighting style, and I feel like she would get rid of what she had before, and this time actually go full on new sword, new tactics, new everything, and this actually can fit how she first starts out with the team. Like she's always been told about this, but also she tells her right there in the metaverse that you don't have to. You're not the person that people think you are. You are your own person. you have your own strength. Your strength was what makes you you, and that's when she unlocks her persona and also just all these new fighting techniques. So she would go from like a wind one say, and this one to more of like dark affinities in a way.
God damn, strong evolution right there.
It very much is. It's like a shift, and definitely with Alexia, it's very prominent, very like prominent in that. So that's who I actually would say like she's a great fit for the team for this one.
You know, it'd be interesting. Plus, like, please tell me that she and Atsushi are not going to share a bath like she and Sid did in canon.
Well, no,
Because I don't.
because Sid did that on purpose, like either not on purpose but on accident, but he just went with it. And if anything, it's just gonna be it was not gonna be like that at all. It's not gonna be like that.
Or you could pull a Zom 100 and have Atsushi in a bath, and then he finds out, oh shit, it's a mixed bath, and then there's Alexi. He's like,
Yep, mixed bath.
That's an idea.
Right down.
So yeah, so that's what I got for my Fortune Arcana.
All right, who's next?
Moving on, we got the Empress Arcana this time. We have Trey to kick us off on this one.
Oh, is this Empress?
Oh my god!
What?
Back to back, like crazy. I love this.
Oh, like I told you, man, I tried to fit it, so you have to roll with it, okay?
No, I love this. Let's keep it going. Let's roll. Oh boy. Anyways, Kevin, you're gonna like this one. Even though I've had some less than positive opinions about this series as a whole, I admit it does some things I really do like, and one of its characters, admittedly, I do like them as well. I am talking about Sylvia from Asterisk War.
Yay!
Yeah,
Son of a
great.
bitch! I just realized something. Of the two videos, I don't have any Asterisk War character yet. Somehow this fucker has the one character. I feel so ashamed.
And you should. Anyways.
Wait, would that mean Trey's an actual Asterisk War fan now?
Yep, he is. Get him all the merch. Get him all the merch. Okay, in all seriousness, go ahead.
Anyways, in the role Sylvia plays, she's a very top tier contender as far as Asterisk War. She has a lot of fame and notoriety in that setting, and the same applies here. I feel like she fit very well in the role that Mitsuru played in Persona 3, except, she's a lot more easygoing and much more sociable than Mitsuru was. No disrespect to Mitsuru, it's just, that's fact. It's literal fact. And in any case, I can imagine her role being someone of like the, technical strategist leader of the group, but Yuma's still the field.
Makoto? Like a Makoto?
Essentially, yes, except she's actively pushing Yuma to try to take charge more instead of just trying to leave all of his shit onto her.
I can imagine the way she convinces him. He's like, he doesn't want to do it. She's like, Yuma cool, like just a cute pout. He's like, oh, okay, like he's like, I can't really say no to that face. Like even though yes,
no kidding.
Even he'll admit like, God damn it, like she's so cute.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the story I used her persona for is not quite as cute. It's honestly quite fucking tragic. I am talking about The Great Gatsby.
Oh.
So she has Fitzgerald as her persona?
I mean, you can call it that, but in any case, I actually envision her persona to be more based around the character of Great Gatsby as well. I can imagine sort of like those shadows with the suits that you face in Persona 3 in the tower?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can imagine the design sort of akin like that in any case. But her story is a lot more of a positive direction, whereas Gatsby ultimately allowed himself to be shrouded in fame just to try to win over a woman he never even loved him and ended up dying as a result. Sylvia, in any case, she already somewhat has a strong sense of purpose already. It's more so of a case of like finding a way to make that purpose more suited towards general instead of just being the leader of Persona team. She's not trying to be caught up in the fame she has. She's trying to find a much more grounded direction for herself to take. So I feel like, it's kind of like just a little bit of a metaphor of a direction she should not go down, if that makes any sense. And as far as weapons go, I decided to give her a very unique combination weapon that is also real, a gun sword.
Yep.
It's a sword, but it is a gun.
It's both, bitch.
I feel like even you was like, huh. Like,
why is that scarily arousing?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus, Yuma.
But nah, I feel like this would be an awesome weapon for Hab, especially with some of the combination weapons we have in Asterisk War. I tried looking up what the fuck her actual description of her weapon was so I can accurately find a good counter to it, but the wiki has jack shit, so damn
I
it.
feel like I
That's
don't
what
think
you
she actually
get.
has a weapon. She just uses magic with take care of her voice. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
No,
that's
she
true.
canonically does have a weapon. She canonically does have a weapon. I looked it up. She just doesn't explain what the fuck it looks like.
Well, fuck me. Okay.
Well, that's a
This
mystery.
this fucker decides to go to go on full on just onto that one. Okay then.
Okay.
Yeah, but this
Oh,
is
wow.
hopeful
But honestly,
and
I also think that Sylvia could also fit the Star Arcana, given that she's an
Yeah.
idol and famous person.
Holy
that,
shit.
that also could have worked. Again, this is just the thing where it's like bounce back and forth. I just ultimately ended up on an Empress. Oh, side note, her persona abilities are going to be mostly psi based because, like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Clever.
Although I imagine if she goes on her hangout with Yuma, she needs to wear like a disguise, and so he's like, "Are you hiding from someone?" Well, I am
I'm a
famous.
famous
Come
person.
on,
Can't expose myself, can I?
right? What do you think? Cute? Yes, very cute. Like he just says a blunt, like, "Yes, you are very cute." Oh, oh, aren't you a flirt?
Just stating. Never mind.
So yeah,
Oh god.
people may know like what this theme is going to be. It's about the fortune as well as with the Empress Arcana. So going on to the next fortune Arcana, we have Kevin's.
Okay, now I think I'll just show her off, then explain.
Oh!
Yeah, but
Yep,
everybody knows.
Yep, Takina Inoue from
Hey.
Licorice Recoil. Chisato is a good contender, and I technically have her in a story right now, but I feel like Takina would be an interesting one as well, and I feel like Fortune fits her because of how her life is. You know, trying to become like a perfect soldier in a way for fuck, I forget the organization's name. Shit. But you know, like I feel like in a way she could be kind of like Naoto from Persona 4, where she is a Persona user, but he's kind of separate from the team, and then eventually she's like, okay, you know what? How about we work together and solve this as a team? And Usato's like, wait, what do you mean? Well, you are a Persona user, right? No, no. What's a
No.
Persona? Oh, then
And
what's
what's
this?
this?
Fuck. A long fuck. I mean, yes, it is technically kind of blackmail, but I feel like she would eventually join the team out of respect. As for her persona, and thank you, Nicholas, for this, it is so Aria, the goddess of second chances. I feel like Takina, like at first she would kind of be this like more cold, deductive character, but then given it joining the team, she would eventually get a second chance at becoming her own person. As for her weapons, since she doesn't really use melee weapons, I decided to just give her Tonfas as something different, as well as twin handguns because, you know, she can use handguns. Though I'm not giving her a machine gun because that moment was like, what the fuck, Takina? A little crazy. Now, as for her role, I feel like in a way, it could, like I said, it could be like Naruto, but also develop more like, say, with Aegis, where like she feels like she's just a tool, but then eventually realizes the truth of what's going on, and eventually she's lost. But then Ken would tell her, you know, you don't need to be anyone's weapon or anything. You don't need to put all this pressure on yourself. Why not lean on us, your friends? She's just like, I'm your friend? Well, yeah. I mean, we work together, so yeah, we're friends. And then eventually she starts opening up slowly, even making holiday. I can imagine she makes the Valentine's Day chocolates, but she makes them for everyone, not just the Usatoshi. And like even Edward's like, wait, do you like me? No, it's a courtesy to give friends chocolates.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's only for guys. Why'd you give it to Colin? Because I like her. Oh, I don't.
Okay.
Although one funny moment I can imagine, maybe like Ken walks in on her changing. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry." Wait, are those?
Boxers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear boxers?
Yeah,
very
they're comfortable.
Oh, they're still underwear. I'm so
I'm still
sorry.
not. I'm sorry.
I can just imagine how like timid she'll be eventually if she's the romance option. But overall, I just think Takina will be an interesting choice for Fortune, as
It's
well as
true.
part of the team.
Yeah.
Although I feel like
Makes
Colin
sense.
would have to teach her how to be more open. Like I can even see her asking Colin, "Why do you wear such tight clothes when you're in the metaverse?" I don't have a choice.
Uh,
Okay. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Don't give me that look.
Oh, talking to. Oh, Nicholas's turn.
So yeah, Nicholas, we're gonna like as if you already know, as we know, the Fortune and the Empress are sharing this spot. So Nicholas, you want to share a little bit of something about this character?
I mean, what can I say? She's my best girl.
Okay, wow.
Yes,
Yumi.
yes.
Yumi,
That is Trey's happy dance.
basically.
Yeah. Admittedly, it's a little bit of a weird choice because Sekiro is a weird show, but
Oh,
I
very.
think it absolutely works best. But kind of like high aloof attitude when she first shows up. I think it works really well for an Empress. Arcana.
She works perfectly,
He
Absolutely.
especially
definitely
with her
fits
golden speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely kind of like the model of or like the school idol, just like Kevin mentioned, just like Brandon mentioned for Alexia.
Yeah.
Wait, is she
Yeah.
from overseas in this universe?
Sorry, what?
Is she from overseas in this universe due to her?
Absolutely. Look, she would talk Victorian English.
Everyone's like, "Whoa, she's so beautiful," but do you understand what she's saying? No, I have no
No,
idea, bro.
The big Shakespeare.
I don't care. I'm enjoying the views.
Oh boy.
But yeah, like, in terms of her persona,
Yeah. That is Lady Godiva. And if you don't know anything about it, basically, she did not want to be seen or touched. And the one guy who actually saw her.
Well, fuck.
Hey.
but the mythologies
Well, this is more of a legend.
are tragic or just fucked up.
Yeah. But it's very annoying because just like in the show, she would not want anyone fucking near her.
Yeah.
Or at least not in that way.
Huh.
It just works with her absolutely.
Oh, would she use ice magic?
Well, considering she would normally use water, I think that's the closest thing we can get.
Yeah,
Sure,
basically.
But yeah, like I said, but like with the other ones, she was, I'm thinking peacockish or something
something like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like flamboyant, feminine,
Yeah.
things that, but
Look-
like very very isolated.
Yeah.
Look at Yukiko's persona from Persona 4. I feel like that would be kind of a good reference.
That's
Yeah.
a good reference too. As for her weapons,
Weapon, you have to do it. You have to go with a trident.
Trident.
You
yeah,
have to.
I can imagine
He's
like
fitting.
Akatsuki's like, how the fuck do you want me to buy tridents? You do realize those are really, really ineffective. But it is useful for me. Okay, do I just find it? Sure.
I mean, fine. I'll
Oh my-
find
and yes, the
find a
interaction
costume
between-
one somewhere.
Yes. The interactions between Akatsuki and Tsumi would be fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
Oh my god! I mean, wait. Would he try to constantly, break through her shell?
Probably not.
Nah.
Look,
I can imagine. Wait. When they're fighting, she's like, "Is thou not going to fight? No, I'm just enjoying the view." no.
well, I mean, her nickname in the show is Miss Anti-Flash, so
True.
What?
Yeah.
someday, somehow, I'm getting you both a Blu-ray of Sekiro.
Okay.
That'll be one heck of a gift.
Yes, just make sure you watch it alone.
Yeah, and wrapping up the this little group of the Arcanas to finish off the Fortune Arcana, we have Nate.
Yay! What do you
Yeah,
mean?
Fortune Arcana, it was a little tricky to figure out which one I want to go for. But, since we're allowed to do, do repeats. I brought in, the male from this certain series, might as well bring in the female.
Oh, Kane.
Akane.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oshinoko.
yeah, Akane's role in that one would definitely be she could definitely be the big sister of the team, where she was first introduced as an actress and an idol. Well, a struggling actress, because anyone that saw Oshinoko, yeah, she had it rough.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form, yes.
Yeah, but I can imagine, in terms of this Persona Rothner, I can imagine Finn being, the only person that can actually, encourage Akane, to do better, and that would have actually led to Akane, branching out and actually growing out of that former shy self. And as for the Persona, I decided to go with a bit of an interesting theme with this one. I hope I got the name right. Aletheia is the name? It's
Yes.
from Greek mythology.
Alatia?
Yeah, the goddess of truth, truthfulness, and sincerity. And those words can actually capture Akane's character very well, because, yeah, I'll say this. She doesn't have a weapon. She'll be the navigator. Because I can imagine, her intellect would actually help out with different strategies, and I think I am kind of taking a page from both Fuka and Futaba, where her support can actually translate well to, vision, and actually utilizing, different spells to help for buffs, debuffs, heals, whatever, even protecting them last minute.
Oh yeah. I look. As much as I'm not a fan of Futaba's confidant, god damn her maxed out rank abilities OP.
It's
Yes.
broken.
Bro.
It has saved me so many times.
It would definitely be interesting, especially no lie, I can imagine Finn being the goofy one, teasing Akane, and then later on when Akane got that confidence and now she's teasing Finn. Oh man.
Wait a minute, that's cheating.
So when you tease, it's fine, but when I do it, do you have a problem with it?
Yeah, because you're supposed to be the cute shy one.
Not
Looks to
anymore.
be deceiving.
Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy. Finn's really gonna be flustered with
the
a
poor
lot of these
man.
romance options.
So yeah, going into our last group for right now before we take a little break, this is actually gonna be my navigator, which is the Priestess Arcana.
Ooh.
And the person I chose for this fits this character, and goddamn it, the show fucking sucks, but I love this character.
Oh wait, I know what it is.
I chose Tatanashi Sarashiki from Infinite Stratos. And if people don't know Infinite Stratos, fucking stupid harem show. It's a fucking stupid harem show. I'm gonna say that right now.
Oh yeah, it is.
But this girl showed up in one episode, and I immediately she's best girl. She's best girl already.
Well,
She's
one of my two girls.
She's a tease. She is strong. She is capable. She's a fucking assassin with her backstory.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And she's also the student council president of that world, which bing bang boom, I found my student council president for this story. It's Tatanashi on this one.
God damn, lucky.
Because
Nice.
this is all about her identity, how she saw herself in the show is she tried, because this one is going to be tied to her socially with her sister as well, because she always is she tries to connect with her sister, but it's very she just can't, because her sister views Tatanashi as just this prodigy. Everyone's comparing Tatanashi to her, and that just sucks. And she's just trying to be a good big sister, but it's almost she doesn't see herself in that, or just see herself there anymore. So Atsushi can easily probably be that mediator to at least try and get them to talk, and it can kind of play Trey. You know, you're probably gonna know this one too. I kind of take a little inspiration from Miranda talking to her sister in Mass Effect 2 and rekindling that sisterhood in a way. That's kind of where I'm going with it.
Nice. Okay, I can relate to that.
So as for her persona, it kind of fits to her IS unit in the original show, and it's from Greek mythology called Amphitrite, which is basically the wife, or like also like in certain translations, the daughter of Neptune, the god of the sea.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn!
So it's big. It fits. She would easily be like an ice affinity. That's kind of, as we know with water, it's the closest thing we can get. So, but she could also fit with like getting like a status buffs or like ailments to the team for certain turns, like either boosting their defense, boosting their attacks, certain things. That's because that's how like water is the element that brings life and such like that. So as for her weapons, very much with her, what she uses, I gave her basically a javelin spear, but also two double Uzis.
Goddamn!
Because,
Oh
Shit
man.
pops
yeah,
you.
just basically just like from Deadpool Wolverine, guys. Uzi time, baby.
Wait! Sweet little puppy.
I didn't
Oh
expect
my,
to see oozes. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I know, yeah, good, and just, oh my god, just she's gonna fucking play Atsushi like a fiddle in this, especially if what she did to the main character in Infinite Stratos.
I don't
Oh
even
my,
want to.
Brandon, please tell me that you're gonna do like the apron thing for her towards Ashichi.
Please tell me it's.
I'm not gonna confirm nor deny. I will.
Oh shit. Okay, well, you know what? I kind of want to watch Infinite Stratus just for her now, but I'm kind of scared.
I can send you a compilation of her scenes. That's all you need to see.
That's all you need.
That and Laura.
But
Okay.
yeah, she will easily fit the navigator, and especially because the priestess arcana is always about intuition and knowledge. So that definitely fits, and this is going to be more of what they did with Mitsuru in Persona 3 Reload. But I'm going to go more like this is like her full-time like position of the team.
Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
So moving on to what I think is some of these next ones are navigators. We're going to the Hermit Arcanas.
Ah.
Yeah, this one isn't gonna be really hard. Like, I saw Hermit and I immediately went, you know what, this is a no-brainer.
Oh, for fuck.
Give me Hermit from Eden Zero.
Oh, what do you know? Hermit has
Oh.
the Hermit Arcana.
I'm so shocked. Oh god.
Anyways, in this version, obviously she's not gonna be a robot, she's going to be human. I know I was tempted, but I already have a different character playing a similar role to that, so it is what it is. In any case, though, she still has a decent arc of her own to go through. Unfortunately, that delves into spoiler territory, and I know some of you aren't really all caught up with Eden Zero like that, so I'm a bow like that. I'm just gonna say it does tie into purpose. Nate knows it, so, and Brandon knows it as well, I believe.
Yep.
And her Hermit persona is actually based on a short sci-fi story, pretty much akin to like Detroit Become Human and how robots attain autonomy and shit. It is the bicentennial man, specifically the main character Andrew, who is the robot seeking humanity of that short story. Of course, this is a good callback to, well, her being a robot in Eden Zero, but also how she's portrayed in through her personality. She's very logistical and over analytical and not very sociable, not because she's bad in social environments, but because she prefers numbers over the company of people. So like I feel like that can be very translated here into a character arc into where she grows more accustomed to the company of her friends. And of course she has to grow accustomed to the company of her leader Yuma, who constantly frustrates her ass to no end, constantly breaking all of her plans and strategies to go hog wild. But hey, you know, can't kill shit. And because she's the navigator, she doesn't have a weapon. But she's still a very good navigator. Like you can see her abilities being translated somewhat akin to Futaba's, except less, you know, like less like oversight hollow images and more so akin to like a techno style, like more like a, let's say, a retro vibe, if that makes any sense. Like imagine like the technology in Alien Isolation and shit like that, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Just to give its own unique, distinct flair and style. Plus, she's a lot more proactive than someone like Futaba, which is saying a lot considering how much shit Futaba gets into.
Fair enough on that one. Keeping up that trend, Nicholas, it's your turn for the Hermit Arcana.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm curious to hear this.
So, this is a show I was just recently introduced to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is she your best girl?
Tied.
Hey, Nicholas, we both chose bunny girls.
Huh?
Oh,
Shit,
yeah,
didn't you-
Hermit's theme is like a bunny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyways, continue.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think kind of worse since she's usually, hermits are usually isolated, alone, and she kind of is pretty much the only one of her tribe that's, active in real life. Before
Yeah, it's true.
now, Nagamo comes in and kicks their asses.
Yeah, someone has to.
It's
Yeah.
literal.
In a way.
Yeah. Yep, she's definitely also probably be the third member of the team.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Which should be like the animal mascot per se of your team?
No,
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
she just likes wearing fake bunny ears in the story.
Ah,
Okay,
that would have been
then.
so cute.
That is funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Now,
awesome.
Persona.
Wallace.
Yes, William Wallace.
Ooh.
Scottish rebel hero. Definitely a lion look, because that was his family crest.
Yeah. It's true.
Pretty much both warriors who fought for their people. I mean, connections kind of write themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But as for her weapon, smashy.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
times for the hammers.
Yeah.
Imagine everyone's reaction to seeing a cute girl like her
I mean,
having a fucking huge ass hammer.
I mean, you kind of had to do it. That was her weapon. That's her weapon in the show.
It's true.
No, I know, but I'm
But
just
it's like
saying,
it's still funny. Just like this cute girl who like shows up to school wearing fake bunny ears, and then she's like have da prancing about and just holding this giant big ass hammer in the metaverse and just smashing shadows left and right.
Yes.
It's like just everyone's reaction is just like,
Was it a good idea to give her a hammer?
I feel like
You want to take it away from her?
No, Akatsuki's like, I am oddly turned on by this. Nice.
but no, honestly, this is good. And honestly, I agree that season 3 is giving Shay a lot more development. I'm happy.
I'm about to start it.
Oh, okay.
Hmm?
Anyways, but no, that's still cool, Although
Yeah,
I
it's
do
cool.
think,
It's really nice.
She could fit like the animal kind of mascot, just if you would decide to go in that room. But overall, I do like this idea. Plus,
Yeah.
imagine Tenya, like he tells her, Miss Shia, you cannot wear bunny ears. How many times have we told you? Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's the thing. In this story, Tenya would absolutely be class president.
And he tells her it's inappropriate to wear bunny ears. And they keep arguing. Akatsuki's just right there like, oh, these two, I swear to God. Just get a room.
To wrap up this little group we have, Nate, finish us off for this first half, buddy.
Yeah. This Hermit Arcana, it was a little tricky to find someone that is like considered isolated, but I was like, you know what? Might as well go with this shy boy. Amajiki.
We got another My Hero Academia character.
Yep.
Fuck yeah!
This fucking comes in just for that.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, Amajiki, we all know his like story. He has a huge sense of insecurity, and I feel like I'm probably gonna take a bit of a page from like Kaede from Rascal, where he was like harassed for bullying because some people think he's a freak, and that would really led to him having this big sense of insecurity all his life. Even he was like even doubting himself, even when he's grown up now. But I can like imagine like, yeah, I do imagine like he will join like midway point of the team, and even like Finn like doing his best like to encourage him. And Kevin, remember the idea how you have Mirio and Ishigami have that interaction? I can imagine Finn and Amajiki having that interaction too, but eventually Amajiki learning to be a bit more confident and having more like hope in himself. And as for his persona, I decided to take a page from his quirk. Chimera. Because as people know, Amajiki's main ability is basically eating the foods, and he actually gains like the animal parts as well. And one of his attacks, Chimera. So this was like pretty easy to go for.
Yeah.
And as for his weapons, I decided to go with like the whole insecurity route and how he wants to distance himself from everyone else. I went with a spear and I went with a sniper. I can honestly imagine, like, even though this guy is like very timid and like, I'm not good with this, I'm not good with this. Boom, headshot.
Dude, you just took out 3 shadows with a headshot.
It was an accident. I swear.
Bro, that is so cool.
Cool?
Yeah, you're really cool, but cool.
Can we get this over with?
Oh god, this guy.
The poor man.
They're never gonna
poor
get
man,
through
but
anything.
yeah. But hey, everyone's gonna need like a good-hearted friend, and I do believe that Finn will be part of that. And yeah, he is definitely gonna be put up by powers like brash nature and Akane's like new teasing like personality. He was gonna get flustered.
Oh boy, that
he's gonna make so many excuses. Like, yeah, sorry, I can't go with you guys. Why? I got stomachache. You can bring you soup. My leg broke. We can take you to the hospital. My grandma died.
just making excuses left and right.
Oh boy. Hashtag protect Amajiki.
Yeah. So that is who we have for right now. We are going to take a little bit of a break, and then we will be right back to wrap up this list. Alrighty, here we go. We only have just about little bit of a half. Yeah, little bit less than half, like a quarter left to do.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right, so moving on to what we have now. We got all the stitched together groups out of the way. Now we have all the rest. It's all gonna be the same Arcana, except for maybe one more, but the rest is gonna be the same.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the strength Arcana, people may know, like sometimes they're gonna put on the team, sometimes they don't. But I'm not gonna derail this came to my mind. I thought this is fucking perfect.
Oh my god, it's Soshina.
Oh,
Yay.
Soshina from Kaiju number 8 is my strength
Yay.
Arcana.
Yay, even though he fits it for, but yay.
Because like
Levi.
the whole thing about the strength Arcana is it's about mental strength, growth, influence over the others, but it's also like just having like the Kana it's like a doubt of yourself, a lack of control of direction, and that's basically that kind of fits Hoshina in a way that's very like on the nose. Like he's only good with blades. He's not that good with ranged weapons. So people think he can never be a kaiju operative. But then, sure enough, determination, everything. He rose to the ranks, and he's now vice captain under Mina Ashiro. So and he's like he's basically the Levi of the show, just a little more comedic. He's not a neat freak.
He just loves to troll.
But this definitely he's definitely gonna be he's definitely gonna be the goofball of the group. Like that's gonna be given. Especially just like some of the funny stuff. If something happens with Atsushi and like the plan with Atsushi and Lily and just falls down, just dude, seriously, a picture? Why not? It's hilarious.
Right there.
I'm gonna frame this. Please don't.
Please don't.
Oh,
I'll
I will.
frame it. Oh.
I'm gonna frame it. You son of a bitch!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this guy is so. I needed to have like a little bit of a throw some comedy in there, and he can do it. But in terms of his persona, this is the only non-mythical persona on this team. Actually,
Okay.
it is the lone original Ronin samurai Yorimitsu, which is basically, if you don't know about the story, he is a master samurai with a blade. He was foretold, and like legends say he never lost a bladed fight.
Ooh.
So, and what is Hoshina's biggest strength is melee blades. So it really fits. Like this is definitely gonna be like how basically like Yusuke summons his persona in a way as well. How it's very Japanese themed, very like tied to that culture.
Okay. Yeah.
But in terms of his weapons, let's be honest. We know what his melee type is. Dual short blades, but also in terms of like to him actually dipping his toes into the ranged weaponry, it's like dual short pistols.
I think an interesting way he could do combat is like he fights shadows like with a sword, then just takes his gun out, kind of like gun kata,
Yeah.
like the fighting style, utilizing guns in fighting.
Yeah. So and probably like the joke name that people like say whenever he's in the metaverse, like, "Hey yo, John Wick, you're up."
Fucking hell.
Oh boy, why do I imagine he's gonna like use the guns at close range as well?
Because he
Well,
can.
so
That's
like,
him. So yeah, my strength arcana, it popped in my head because this is the last one I needed. He came to my mind, and it honestly, he fucking works.
Oh yeah, he does. Honestly, I feel like he could be kind of, in a way, the official leader, whereas Atsuki's more like the one that leads up to combat. He's the one that kind of sets up everything in a way. If you think about it.
Yeah, I can think about
Yeah,
that.
it could work.
So moving on to Trey with your strength
Oh.
arcana.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I love this character. He's easily one of my favorites, even though I have less than nice things to say about the series. I am talking about Susanoo from Akame ga Kill.
Oh my god. Nicholas, give it a thumbs up.
Now, I chose Susanoo for a lot of similar reasons that Brandon just described with the Strength Arcana, in that in converting him to fit the Persona verse, I imagined him to be like a weapon meant to kill shadows. But unlike Aegis, who is purely technological, I want Susanoo to be more biological based. Like I can imagine them experimenting on shadows to create like the perfect clone that gain enough sentience akin to Teddy to form a persona.
That is so dark.
And so essentially, you got this little happy medium of someone who's a little bit more human-like, a little bit more of a personality than, say, Aegis, who had to learn to be less robotic, but is not as over the top as Teddy. Imagine like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's very literal-minded, yet still insightful on certain areas.
It's perfect.
So when you have a man who only lives with being a weapon, and of course he needs to find a purpose beyond being a weapon, it speaks for itself. In regards to his persona, though, I actually chose a story that inspired a famous movie called The Iron Giant, originally called The Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Ironic enough, even though I said I wanted to be more biological based than automaton based, I feel like the story of the Iron Man and ergo the Iron Giant very much applies to Susanoo as well. Because even in the original Akame ga Kill, you see him forming bonds with characters like Tatsumi and Lubak and Agenda beyond just his original purpose of being a living Tegu meant to defend his master. Because even before that, all he did was just sit in a meditative spot until he met an Agenda by coincidence.
Yeah.
Where in the case of the Iron Giant and the Iron Man, he forms genuine bonds and attachments for the people closest to him, excuse me, even risking his life to defend them, even resulting in his death, which is a very akin to how Susanoo went out against Esdeath and Akame ga Kill. So yeah, it speaks for itself there. As for his weapon, of course, like in the Akame ga Kill, I'm going with the two-handed mace. With his strength, just imagine just him just sweeping aside shadows left and right, no fucking problem. Hell, he could probably swing that thing one-handed if he wanted to. It'd just be easy as hell, especially with the absurd amount of physical skills he'd have with his persona.
So would he be like a physic affinity, like more like physical?
Like
Yeah,
no
pretty much.
spells really, but like just more melee.
Yeah, essentially the strong melee. Although I can imagine if he has a second awakening, he would also have some access to Almighty, like came to his trump card, how he became pretty much just a fucking god.
So in a way, he's like Shinjiro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Minus the whole
Nice.
I hurt myself to get stronger, essentially.
I mean, I feel like that would have fit too. But,
True on that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I also imagine having him a good never mind.
No. Sorry, buddy. But moving on to Nicholas about your strength arcana.
Sorry, dumbass brother. Once again, another relatively new show, and this one just finished last month.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh! Hajime Suo!
Yeah. From Windbreaker. The calm, orderly one who, honestly, kind of, I give off a, gives me a Tai Chi fighting style vibe, just of how relaxed it is.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
I still want to know where the heck that eye patch is for.
Don't know why either.
We'll see. We'll see in season 2.
Hopefully.
Boy.
Yeah. Now, I really don't have much to say because I just want to get to his persona. Brandon, cue it up.
There you go.
Is that
Bruce Lee?
son of a bitch?
That's why I was laughing so
That
hard.
is funny.
Oh,
That is funny.
man.
That is why I was laughing so hard. It there literally is nothing better for a martial artist than this guy, than this.
Mhm.
But persona, definitely going with a dragon-like look, maybe, or maybe just a tiger.
One or the other, it fits.
Absolutely, one or the other. The dude is just, it's just perfect for him. I see Hayato as the guy trying to clean up the school in his own way, or even just a weird club president with something.
I feel like his first meeting with Akatsuki, like Akatsuki assumes he's gonna fight, but then Suo just starts patting his shoulder, like, "Hey, I heard a lot about you. You're really strong, you know that?" And Akatsuki-kun, yeah, good to meet you finally. Wanna be friends? Oh,
Yeah, that is absolutely how it would go. And that's sort of weapon you need something classy for this guy. So a Xion, a Chinese straight sword.
Yep.
Oh.
okay.
I can only imagine like the crew reacting to his fighting style. Like they see like this calm demeanor, happy-go-lucky gentleman, and then they just see him kick ass. It's like,
Yeah.
Like, damn, he is good.
you got some skills.
Oh, me? No, not at all.
You just took out 5 shadows.
Oh well, I bet you could have taken out 6 or 7. Come now, don't you want to show how strong you are?
I
Katsuki's
hate you. I hate you.
God,
Alright.
that's funny.
But moving on, this is like all right. We have a lot of really nice strength arcanas.
All right.
Going on to you, Kevin.
All right. Well, unlike y'all, I'm going with a female for this one, and this is actually the third My Hero character. Oh, actually, wait.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
but
third.
she's very underrated. Itsuka Kendo.
Kendo.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Like, I wanted to go with someone that kind of, like, in a way, like Maki, where she. What was that, Trey? You don't like her?
That was what?
Oh, I thought he was like, oh, like that. I was like, oh, man.
Oh no, I'm glad that she's finally gonna be able to do shit, unlike in her main series.
Thank you. But anyways, I feel like the team could use more of like a big sister, and obviously Kendo would fit that role. I feel like she could be kind of the student councilor president, or at least one of the members who Ken meets, and he's like, wow, is the student council president a badass? Wait, that's why folks not bad? And as for her persona, Masaki Hojo, a female warrior. I feel like it kind of fits Itsuka because she herself is a strong warrior that fights for others, especially when there are certain people named Monoma who act like dumbasses.
Yep.
In which case, she will head chop. Although what's funny is I can imagine like with Edward, like if he acts like kind of out off turn, she just head chops him. He's like, "Calm down, Elric-kun. Oh, come on, Mr. President, that hurt." Well, what did we learn? Not to yell, not to yell.
Not to yell.
As for her weapons, I kind of went classic for a character like her fighting style. Boxing gloves and a fucking shotgun.
It fits.
She's packing heat with her weapon.
Well, yeah, because she's not going to be someone who fights from long range. She wants to get up and close and personal. Definitely fitting more of maybe a nuclear type character or even Almighty. And as for her kind of arc, I feel like she wants to evolve more throughout the series, like not being just a big sister. She also wants to be someone more. So maybe it leads to her becoming more like a teacher role. And I feel like Ken would kind of motivate her for that. Although he would also admit that, like, maybe if she's in a contest, like a beauty pageant, and she's in dress, he's like, wow, you really pull off that girly look. I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Usatu-kun. Like, because, like, still, like, god damn, that fashion show. God
Yeah, it
damn, man.
was.
He
It was
pulled it
awesome.
I
off.
know. Plus, like, I can imagine she and Colin, like, imagine those two sparring partners. That would be fun.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
that's
be
good. That would
cool.
be fun.
I know. And like Ken and Edward are like, should we do that? No, man, I am not getting in the
No.
middle of that. No. That's what. Oh, I just realized two redheads too. That's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to our final strength arcana with you, Nate.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, you're not going to be the only one that has a female for the Strength Arcana.
Yeah. Female representation.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Homura Kagetsu.
Yeah, ironic. I went with like one of my boys from Ian Zero. Now I'm bringing in my girl. Now, with Homer's case, this was a little interesting because the Straight Arcana is usually like direct and straightforward, and I do believe that Homer does represent that as well, especially with the backstory. Is like she used to be insecure; she couldn't like say what's on her mind. That's until like her mentor like gave her that advice that she literally took seriously.
She says everything on her mind. Like, girl, you ever heard of TMI?
Oh boy, I could literally imagine like Finn's first time is like he's tried like to cheer up Homer with like his happy-go-lucky nature, and then Homer is just looking at him like, "Is that your attempt for a joke? It's lame, even though I can't say it out loud."
You just did.
But I can definitely learn that like with the social link, she will learn to like learn not to be like less socially awkward about her own situation, but also like actually find like a new family after like losing her own mentor in the story. And as for her persona, I decided to do it based on her fighting style in a way, or based on the manga. I went with Fuxuan, a fox mythology that is like pretty cunning and lethal. And as anyone that has seen Ian Zero and read it, woo, you know how dangerous that is.
Mhm.
And as for weapons, I decided to go traditional samurai style with this one. Yep, I went with Anna, and I went with a bow and arrow on this one too.
So in a way, she's kind of like Edward, where she doesn't like guns.
Yeah, because we
Makes
all know that
sense.
Homer is more in the traditional fighting style, like an actual samurai. So I can imagine like everyone just like getting their guns ready, and then they just see Homer with a bow and arrows. Like, seriously, you didn't get a gun? I don't like guns. I went with this.
A bow and arrow? How's it gonna
Yep.
kill anything?
Watch. Instantly kills a few shadows.
Okay, Hawkeye, calm down.
I like to see myself as Green Arrow, even though I can't say it out loud.
Oh, shut and fight.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna have a lot of hilarious interactions for how blunt and straightforward she's gonna be. Especially like to some of the other females too.
Yeah, probably most likely. So, going into this next group of arcanas, we've all talked about like saving lives, but what happens if we have these arcanas that actually kind of are the antithesis of that? Going with the devil arcana on mine.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm not gonna beat around the bush because Atsushi is gonna at least begin his date with this girl.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Kurumi Tokisaki.
No, that makes way too much sense.
Yeah, Atsushi, let me give you a prayer.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's so fucked. He's so
Oh,
fucked.
He's
This
lucky,
boy.
but also unlucky.
Because yeah, as people may know about the Devil Arcana, it's about attachments. There are a wild side, like instant gratifications, but it's also about dark thoughts, imagery, and feelings of detachments and all that. And Kurumi, yeah, let's say a lot of this stuff that people don't know about her backstory later down the line in Data Live Yeah, there's a fucking reason why she's like that.
Yep.
Not good. But she could be this mysterious girl that Atsushi meets like late, like probably as the fifth member of the team, just like bring it in, bringing her into. And oh my god, just imagine the jokes and the punchlines that she and Hoshina would come up with.
Oh my god, those two, the ultimate teasing combo. Oh no.
Keep
Perfect,
the cycle
absolutely
burning.
perfect. But in terms of her persona, pretty simple about that. I went with the Archangel Zafkiel from the Christian mythology.
Nice.
Oh yeah, for
Kind of like
sure.
how I went with Senafon, the last one.
Basically,
Yeah,
because the Archangel is basically it's all about time, but it's also about it's about finding your dark side and also bringing out that dark side. So it kind of bring in like the like her whole like shadow clones from Data Live. But this one like definitely this is gonna be more like she's like a psychonesis affinity because it kind of more fits like that. Like she does have that like way about her from like manipulating certain things to like fit her goals, but also trying to like fit those certain like plans and ideologies to herself. But in terms of her weapons, I have this. I have a chain whip sword, but also dual flintlock pistols. More so, like she'll be doing the pistols because that's more of what she's known for. But having like a chain whip sword, it's a wild side, as per the Devil Arcana is what's saying, and nobody can expect her to like just like pull that out, like even like it's like attached to her thigh, like under her skirt in the metaverse, and just like pulls it out and like just surprises everybody.
It's actually
They
good
are
for
going to be in
utility purposes.
shock.
What were you saying,
It's
Trey?
actually good for it's a good for utility purposes as well because flintlock pistols they're really inaccurate, so she can use them to restrain shadows and shoot them in a hold still position.
Exactly. But
I,
yeah, had to at least talk about my best girl of day alive, and she does instantly fits this Arcana.
oh boy, I can imagine.
I
Oh, the
swear to God,
whip.
if she makes
Every
that
male is going to
kitty
be like
joke, she makes that
jaw
kitty joke.
drop.
I swear to God.
So kind of going on this trend, we're gonna go to you, Trey.
Oh, the
The
death,
Death
the
Arcana.
death,
Ooh.
death.
Oh, okay. Time for a throwback here.
Wait, what?
Like like with Kiba, this character comes from a series known for its plot, except I chose a female character, one of the most fan service heavy ones. I'm talking about Sayako Busujima from Japan.
No.
Best girl, best girl.
No denying that. Literally one of the only good female characters in the show, surprisingly. In any case, like I don't know, like I was hesitant in bringing her in, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought she could be like the female equivalent of Zora, and that she's constantly amused by Yuma's antics, if anything. Plus, the idea of her being tall as fuck and Yuma's short stature is just like a funny image in my mind. It's too much not to pass
Oh.
up.
So he's got to put like have like a bunch of textbooks just to go up and kiss her.
Either that or she
or just stick down below and just have her like hug between her chest.
I can
that
imagine
works
he's
too.
literally like I can imagine he just has like that straight face like
Yeah, yeah, that would be hilarious. That's actually what I envisioned too. But keeping with the theme of purpose, she's the Death Arcana because of her backstory where she killed a dude in self-defense and feels she's a monster because of that, because she enjoyed it. That backstory can just be transplanted over here, so obviously the arc's pretty simple. And that ties into her persona, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Or is it
Oh.
Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde? Either way, you get who I mean.
It's Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and
Oh.
Hyde, yes. Because in the original novel, it's not like just a whole ass alternate being or whatever. It's literally just uh, the dude's inner personalities brought out to the surface,
Yep.
essentially. So I feel like that fits Saigo Busujima's theme and storyline to a T. In regards to her weapon, surprisingly enough, I decided to go against the idea of her getting a katana
I was
and went
surprised
for
about
the
this one,
class.
buddy. I was really surprised about this.
I went for the classic Najinata, both for the fact that female samurai in older eras would often use these weapons more so than katana, although they did use katana, but also as a tribute to Rei Miyamoto in School of the Dead, and also a miniature character arc in how like she associates the idea of being a murderer with her katana. So why not use a weapon to disassociate herself from it, essentially?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Are you put the scene? You know what I'm talking about when they're at that temple and she's able to get back to what she was. Are you gonna have that part, buddy?
I can confirm nor deny that.
I'll take that as a yes.
Oh
Wait,
boy,
imagine she's the first one to confess to Yuma, and he's like,
Oh God, he froze to retort on that.
"Damn it,
oh
damn it, Nate! Look
no.
what you did." All right.
So we're gonna go with the Priestess Arcana with you, Nicholas.
Let's see what he got.
All right, this is my navigator.
Ooh.
Kind of a well. You really it just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Mau
Mama.
Mau.
Mau Mau.
Yeah, you were just talking about her. You guys were just talking about her.
She's easily one of the best characters from this year. Yeah, not even joking. Like, God, that show was hilarious.
It's good.
Good mystery too.
Yeah, cannot wait for the next season.
Yep.
But yeah, she would definitely be. I don't want to. She's not going to be like Futaba, but she would definitely be head of like a gardening club or something.
Okay.
What's the problem is she's planting poisonous plants. She's like a weird medical. She's like a weird medical thing.
Oh my God.
Kind of be like if Haru had Tai's personality.
Oh my God. I can imagine the crew just like walking into the gardening club and they just see all these like rare poisonous flowers. Like, what's that doing here?
You have issues.
Oh no, I'm actually studying to be a herbologist and also a medical student.
You still have issues.
Keep that in here.
You still have issues. But like, yeah, she would be like maybe second to last to join. I haven't figured that out yet.
That's fair.
But this, remember how I said this, my personas will be animal themed? This is the only one that breaks the trend.
Alrighty.
Carol Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists who did some weird stuff with pea pods. To basically, founded the gene pool theory.
Yeah.
So, but I imagine this as a fucking pitcher plant. Some type of carnivorous plants.
Oh, so like Carnivine.
Kinda.
Oh
but
boy.
Less goofy.
And doesn't want to keep trying to eat her, even though I'm pretty sure she would like that.
No. That's the difference between carnivorous and poisonous.
Yeah, that's fair. But as you know,
as a navigator, no weapons.
Yeah. At least for certain navigators, but yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, even though she's the priestess Arcana, she still kind of fits this whole thing about these like about these other death and devil people we're doing. So hey, this kind of still fits.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on back to the Death Arcana with Kevin's.
Oh man, Trey, you better be here because this character. Oh man, like I have thought about it for a while. I feel like if she wasn't here, she would have definitely been like a Sumire kind of character for like a third semester for a story. It is from a series that I am enjoying. I cannot wait for season 2. It is Fuko Izumi from Undead Unluck.
Oh, this is so ironically fitting. I love it.
I know, right? Now, Fuko has bad luck. Like, literally. Like, everyone she touches literally dies. Like, her parents, like, as soon as she gave him a kiss goodbye on a vacation, they died. Literally everyone she cares about dies because they touch her. So, easily you can translate that to a Persona series. Like, how Sumire felt bad about what happened to Kasumi. It can be like that, where she's very introverted and doesn't go to school, to like Ken eventually finding her in like the metaverse, like realizing, oh shit, she's attracting shadows because of how negative she is, but then realizes, oh shit, she's repelling them because she doesn't want to live. shadows are feeding off negative emotions. They want positive emotions, yet there's nothing in her. So it's just like, shit, how do I cheer her up? So her persona is very interesting. I went with the goddess of death, Hel or Hela from Norse mythology, the goddess of death. And it makes sense because, Fuko seems so innocent and beautiful, yet she's very deadly. So I wanted to go with sort of that fits that theme, kind of in a way like this is her kind of ugly truth. Like she will kill everyone, but she's now using it as a force of good. Although everyone else is like, dudes, are you sure she's gonna be okay like this? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's this? What's this? I don't know. Anyways, as for her weapons, I went with something a little unique. I went with chakrams and submachine gun for her. Chakram, I feel like, in a way, I know it's not really like how her powers work, but imagine like she touches her charms, like for her curse and attacks with the enemies with that, they're automatically cursed. As for MP5, well, long range weapon. I feel like her whole story is just her trying to move on with her life, remember her tragedies. Ken and the others kind of helping her with that. Hell, she could even be amused by Edward's kind of graffiti and such, even calling it cute, even though he's like, it is not cute. It's epic.
But that looks
So
like
cute.
that looks like a bunny, doesn't it?
It's not a bunny.
It's
And then
skull and
everyone-
crossbones.
Everyone's like, wait, holy shit. It does look like a bunny.
Dude, that does look like a bunny.
Oh my god, that made me think of Total Drama All Stars now.
And Kendo's like, wow, El Raccoon. I didn't know you were into bunnies. It's not a.
It's not a. Oh,
Although I can imagine Fuko like, maybe like during the romance option, she pulled what happens in Rascal, where like she tells Ken like, look over there. He turns around, she gives him a small peck, because now she realizes she wasn't really cursed, and that she can finally find love. And he's like, sorry, it was from this manga I read. This manga, it had a moment like this, and I just thought it was cute.
Oh wow, you read that too?
God damn it. It's just funny that Fuko, the only thing she wanted to do before she died was finish her manga. That was precious.
Yeah.
Give me a season 2, man. Come on. That's my Death Arcana.
All right, so wrapping up this trend of death, we're going to you, Nate.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
ironic
so
how I picked a Death Arcana when this character is technically a doctor and technically
Wait a minute.
a showsman.
Son of a
Yep.
bitch. I knew it. Vanitas. Son of a
Going
bitch.
with Vanitas.
Son of a
Now,
bitch.
anyone that has seen the case study of Vanitas knows that, oh, this guy's probably like a standard showman vampire. When you look at the backstory, it's not pretty.
Yeah, no, yeah. He even jokes about it, but it's like, yeah, no, dude, that's fucked up.
Very, very messed up. Which I can believe that he put on the showman like personality just like to hide his like true feelings. Which honestly, yeah, I could definitely see Vanitas and Finn being best friends because of their like similar carefree natures of it. But overall, during like the whole social link, it could actually show that Vanitas would break down and actually show his real side. And even Finn encouraging him was like, there's no need to hide it. You could just embrace it too. So I feel like it'll be a sweet bro moment too.
Would he also
So-
be the president of the theater club, given how
Yes.
a showman he is?
Yeah. Yes, but he also has some skills in being a doctor as well, because he
Yeah.
originally wanted to be a doctor as well. But oh man, he is really, really gonna flirt with a lot of females
Yeah.
in the team. But I can imagine a funny moment where like Power was like expecting Vanitas to flirt with him, and Vanitas doesn't. He was like, "What's the big idea, huh?"
I'm not into cats.
So that's your excuse.
What? What'd I say?
Best you don't know the answer, buddy. But as for his persona, I wanted to go with something medical, but might as well go with a vampire in a way. Vlad the Impaler.
Yep. Vlad Dracul.
Yeah, this was like pretty straightforward considering Vanitas has like connections to vampires and the series. So of course I had to go with one of the most iconic vampires that eventually turned into Dracula, which is Vlad the Impaler. And as for his weapons, of course I had to go with the ones that he actually used in the shows. Dual knives and a pistol, because we all know how flashy and elegant Vanitas is gonna be, especially in combat. I can imagine like Power just like back onto the whole power joke where she misses everyone, and then Fontane's just like take out every shadow with ease, and then Power's like show off. I want a
Basically.
rematch. Sorry,
Almost.
no rematches.
No rematches here.
Oh my god, those two are really gonna be butting heads a lot, and I'm gonna love it.
Oh, easily. All right.
Wow.
So we're almost there. We only have about two more. Yeah, just about two more groups to go, and we will be done for tonight. So moving on to what we have next is another short one, because we have the Emperor Arcanas.
Ooh.
And this one, because goddamn it, this guy is a fucking Giga Chad. What we got previously last year, Nate, Kevin, you guys know him and we love him, man. I
Oh,
chose
Ray
Ray
White.
White from Iceblade Sorcerer as Knight Emperor
Oh
Arcana.
man. If Kevin was here, he would smile too.
Oh, I'm sure he'll probably see it soon when he comes back. But as we know, yeah, the Emperor Arcana, as the as people may know about certain things, the Emperor Arcana is like a I would say,
Masculine.
yeah, probably more definitely masculine as we know, and Ray fucking fits that.
Oh
Because
my
god
god.
damn it, this man is fit. How the hell is he that fit? It
Anime.
makes
A
no
lot of
sense.
workouts.
Anime.
But it's also like they also revolve around like authority as well as protection and structure. And I think Ray hides that and actually has that personality about him well enough in the show, besides being a Giga Chad flirt that we know him to be. I'm sure that's easily going to be. He's technically going to be my Kiba in the story, where he's going to be a ladies' man, but he's not looking for anybody. Even though there's somebody in the group that I might pair him up with. That's a food for thought on that one. But it's also like their insecurities is about like the imbalance of power, how rigid they are, and also there's a little bit of refusal. And Ray has that like thing about him. He wants to like be alone in a way. He just feels like he has to do everything by himself in a way. So meeting Atsushi and the group, it's gonna be like him meeting his friends in the academy. It's gonna be like a little bit more open. It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be welcoming. It's not gonna be stone cold, pun intended, about his life. In terms of his persona, this guy probably the most powerful and probably one of the most elegant personas I've ever found in mythology that fits the ice theme that has him. From Chinese mythology, Kurohokami, the sky snow dragon of Chinese mythology. Yeah, this is gonna be so sick of summoning. Just like how it just matches Ray's like elegance, and also his power, and also like just the way he holds himself up, basically like a dragon. And how his weapons go, we're gonna go with a long sword, but also we're gonna go with a crossbow. Actually, I'm going with an automatic crossbow for his ranged weaponry.
Now that's classy.
Ripping off
Hell
Van
yeah.
Helsing.
Basically, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mel Gibson did use those.
He used like at least this particular model in a way. But god damn it, Ray, you were such a fucking Giga Chad when we met you in in Ice Blade. You're gonna be basically probably the the student council vice president in my story. So I'm gonna give you
Damn.
that, my friend.
Oh
Oh
my
damn, the president. Damn.
Oh my god, why am I imagining like Kermie, who's like usually like the big tease flirt, and then Ray just like said something that makes her heart skip a beat, and she got flustered from that.
God damn it.
Because yeah, Ray just has that like max out charm as we know him to be.
Yeah. Yeah, Trey, trust me, if you watch Ice Blade, you would hate it because how much of a Chad Ray is.
So moving on to the next Emperor Arcana, which is Kevin's.
All right. This Emperor is very different because for the first time, folks, the Emperor Arcana is the Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I'm
shit.
going with one of my favorite rivals from Yu-Gi-Oh, Ryoken Kogami, aka Revolver from Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. Now, this man, yes, he was technically a cyber terrorist. Yes, he did technically lock a lot of people in linked brains. Yes, he did use their data to create a hellscape to try to destroy certain programs. Shit, what was I going with this? Oh yeah, but he did kind of redeem himself and became somewhat of an anti-hero, which is what fits the theme of with this team, second chances. So, as for his persona, I went with Solomon, kind of like an all-knowing prophet. I feel like it kind of fits Ryoken because he is somewhat knowing, like he is very knowledgeable. And while I do see him as a fighter, he could be a fighter. He's more of a attacker, technical analyst, so he won't have any weapons. And what's funny is I feel like he would somewhat be antagonistic to the group. Like at first he just joins because their interests are aligned, and eventually he joins because, well, he's curious. And then over time, with Ken and the others, he kind of starts opening himself up, kind of smiling a little more, and even acknowledges that some of them are friends. Though he'll point out a lot of their flaws. Kozuki, you need to stop rushing to battle head first. Elric, just drink your milk. It does help with bone structure.
No,
Kendo,
it doesn't.
Kendo, oh, your fighting strategies are good, but you need to work on your long range, and you also need to work on your mental strength in order to use your spells. Usoto, as a leader, you need to trust yourself as well as your team. Push yourself. You'll do fine. Wait, what about Takina? Oh, she's fine. There's no flaws with her. There's no flaws with her. No, she's fine the way she is.
Sam.
oh, I know what your girlfriend is now.
Yeah, but no, overall, like I feel like Ryoken would be an interesting choice, because we never really had Emperor Arcana as the navigator, so having him like that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. First male navigator. Good job.
No. I had a male navigator last time. I had Ishigami.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm going to slap you.
I'm sorry. Braveheart.
Yeah, so going off to our next Emperor Arcana, which is going to be you, Nicholas.
Yeah, so rough year for this company. Rough year. Very rough year.
Okay.
But probably one of the best male characters in this show.
Oh, Lyren.
Lyren.
Yes.
Well, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's had a really rough life. He was literally watching his parents die in front of him. And would definitely be the quiet loner in class, just trying to, good grades and everything.
Yeah.
Bit weird though, but that's just what it is. Persona, you know what it is. You have to know what it is. It's Mulan. It has to be Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
The original story of Mulan.
Yeah, the basis for his character. I'm not even joking about that. Literally, all of Juniper is gender swaps of famous characters.
Yep.
But yeah, it will be Mulan. Very good. Again, if I give Bruce Lee a tiger form, she would definitely be Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as for the weapons, combat knives. It's got to be combat knives. It's just perfect for him. I absolutely see him and Hayato sparring a lot.
That would be interesting.
It would be good sparring partners too, and even Lyren would show respect.
Okay. And the final Emperor Arcana of this one is you, Nate. Who do you have this time?
Alright, so we noticed like a bit of a thing. Like we usually had like teenage or young like characters. Who said we had to go for like adults, huh?
Hey,
No, that guy's Sensen.
Hey! Oh yeah, we all know it.
Yeah,
Yay!
and Trey
Yeah.
just happens to turn on his camera just because of Claus.
Yeah,
Claus is the
Von.
goat.
He
He
is the
is. Now, Klaus von Reinhardt is a very interesting character coming from a lineage family, starting out with very naive at first, but life happens in the city and it didn't go well, so he decided to do his own thing. So I can imagine, like, for him, an interesting thing. I feel like he'll be like the caretaker for Finn in this story, so like almost similar way to Sojiro, but with a bit of a twist that he eventually became a Persona user as well. And I can definitely imagine him being like the mentor kind of character, even instructing like a lot of the members on how to like to fight properly and how it actually works. He would even like recommend them in like a very serious way, but showing a bit of favoritism now and then.
Hmm.
So, oh, why? I can imagine like when they're all discussing, they see Claus is like dead serious on a computer. Wait, are you playing chess? Yes.
Yes, actually. It's a
During
very
a meeting?
it's a very engaging match. I couldn't bring myself away.
Did you at least hear what we just said?
Oh yes, you're looking to go into the metaverse to bring out the person's hatred and everything like that. Am I missing something?
Nope.
Thank you.
Continue.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he'll definitely be like that goofball of like an old person, but he'll definitely have like a heart of gold. And as for his persona, we all know that he's called the Bloodhound, right? I went with Cerberus, the guard dog of hell, because we all know that like Claus is a very protected and loyal person to the end, even guarding anyone that he's like, even a stranger, he's willing to protect them. Actually shows up his noble pride, and since he's a bit of like a gentleman with power within him, I might as well go with gauntlets for his fighting style, because we all saw that one episode where he was like entering a ring match because of a bet that Zap made.
Yeah, basically.
And of course, I went with a revolver just to show that yeah, even though he's all about power, he's all about precision as well. So I can imagine like the first time that he was like in the metaverse and everybody saw him how he fights, they're like, I am not getting on his bad side. Do we agree? Yeah, we agree. I can even imagine like Power wanting like, yeah, it's similar to Zap. Power will want to fight Claus, but every time Claus is like in the metaverse.
Or just like the drunk guy and Chainsaw Man that just whops her without trying.
Yeah, it's just like,
Again.
you lack precision.
Again.
You need to work on your stealth.
Again.
What was that for this time? I don't know.
You said again. I got bored.
literal embodiment of like a cat versus a dog.
Basically.
But yeah, as I said, he'll definitely be like the caretaker to Finn, but also like learn from his mistakes, grow on from it, and even like become a great dad to not just Finn, but also to the team as well.
Yeah. Alrighty. We're at the end mark, guys. This is our final grouped together personas.
Good.
And so, what better way to end it off by being a little more enlightened and a little more spark and end it with a little bit of pizzazz? Because my final one is the Star Arcana on this one. And I got one person into the show, and he's almost done with this one season. Because I chose Mikari Tachibana, or Makarine, from two and a half Dimension Seductional.
Oh, guys, trust me, this girl.
Oh yeah, this because A, she's a model. B, she's a closeted otaku from her childhood. And so basically this kind of just like works in the way she has that like that kiddish love, like she like probably like in a way she and Atsushi were childhood, like he doesn't remember, but she came into the orphanage and played with him, and, like when their parents came over for like a photo shoot or something, and they would just play as kids, and then growing up, like now they see each other again in high school, and yeah, that's kind of how certain things are going to start with that social link, like basically childhood friends, like not sure if they remember, and also especially her development in in the original story towards the end about her own how she views herself and her own identity, about her own feelings as well. It makes sense for the Star Arcana like that. And as terms of her persona, I went with this actually. I went with Ariadne from I believe it's like Greek or Roman mythology in a way, but this is also a normal persona in Persona 5, and it's a wind variant. So she would definitely be like a more of a wind user, given also with some of her like her weapons. I gave her a katana short blade, but also a normal assault rifle.
Oh, nice.
But either way, though, like the Star Arcana is like very. I know what ballpark to working with some of this one, so it was kind of easier. But she definitely fits this Arcana in a way. She could be basically like an actual working model that she doesn't want anybody in the school to know, especially Atsushi in a way, because she still has that like promise that she will wants to see him again.
Oh, that reunion will be
Sweet.
something.
Oh my god, you're making them child friends. Oh dear,
Yeah.
that is gonna be something, I will say.
Yeah, it'll be something. But that is my final Arcana for my team. So I'm gonna pass it off to the final Arcana on Trey's team is actually the Justice Arcana.
Son of a bitch.
Kevin, this is why I said that Justice is more suited towards someone else besides Kiba, because I chose from the big three himself, Uryu Ishida from Bleach.
Oh yeah, you did mention it. Yay!
I question though because I'm not a big fan of him.
Hey, it's less than I was a fan of Uryu. More so, I just found him like befitting of the role of like honorary sixth ranger outsider type shtick that he would play in comparison to the group.
That is
Like,
Why he would fit Justice?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, in this regard, like I feel like he would play the kind of role of someone who would have a lot of pride in his abilities as a Persona user and would try to prove that he can pretty much pull the whole weight of an entire Persona team and even the full Arcana. Obviously, that's not gonna work well, but hey, he's gonna give some props for trying, I guess. And befitting with his series in his role as a Quincy, as well as all the Christian iconography associated with his character, I chose Dante from the Divine Comedy, or Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
Atta boy.
To be honest, when I was thinking of what literature to choose, honestly, there was really no other option besides this one, really. Not to mention, Uryu goes down some dark places in his pursuit of power, especially in the final arc of Bleach. So it was really befitting to call back to that as well. And I could honestly replicate that in this version as well, even with his newfound status as a high-ranking Persona user rather than a Quincy user. And speaking of him being a Quincy, his weapon, of course, is the compound bow. Not just a regular bow. I chose the modern compound bow simply because, well, it's modern day and it also allows him to essentially fire off arrows much more faster with much more accuracy and equipment to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, why do you think the Green Arrow uses that arrow so much? It's so good.
Exactly. I could also see him really being pissed off by Zora, like the amount of effort he puts into making sure his archery shots are perfect, only for Zora to come in with this fucking hunting rifle, just lazily shooting shadows one-handed in the head.
You know, I can imagine the movie being like Bloodsport Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, where like Zora shoots someone and then he looks at Uryu.
How many did you get? 11. No, that last one didn't count. Trick shot bullet. Easily done.
No. It's that scene in the Suicide Squad between Bloodsport and Peacemaker. Non-lethal. You lose.
That's what I was referring.
That's what we're doing.
Like non-lethal. You lose.
explosive.
Compact
Oh,
explosive. Extra deadly. Fuck. That's
No one
cool.
likes to show off.
Versus dope as fuck.
I can't believe it. We found someone more even childish than Yuma.
He was just like, wait, what?
Are you talking about me?
Odio is just gonna get them to belong.
But speaking of more about Justice Arcanas, Kevin,
Okay.
your final Arcana.
I'll be honest. This was a fucking pain in the ass to find an enforced mail, but Brandon gave me an idea, and I think this one fits. Shinya Kogami from Psycho Pass. And no, there is no relationship between him and Ryoken. Just clarifying, just because their last names are Kogami. Okay? Just clarifying. They're not related, although that's an inside joke. That will be
a good
joke.
recurring joke.
Oh yeah. Shinya Kogami. I feel like it would be interesting. Like it could be like if they, what's the uncle's name from Persona 4? The police officer.
Dojima?
Dojima. Yeah, it's like what if Dojima became a Persona user to join the team? It's like Kogami. It's Shinya. Like imagine he's investigating what's going on with Shadows, and then eventually meets the group, and then decides, shit, you know what? These kids can't do this by themselves. They need adult supervision.
It's definitely like the Zenkichi from Strikers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As for his persona, this is the only persona I'm actually kind of bringing back. It's Valjean, aka the rebellious prisoner that turned to a hero, which fits Shinya because, as we know, in Psycho Pass, his psycho meter was very high in society, so he was arrested. Then he was made to, I believe, an enforcer.
Yes, he was an enforcer. Basically, just like you can work on the law force, but you're basically cast down. You're not like a true member.
Exactly, and I feel like Shinya could have an interesting kind of story similar to what he had in canon, where maybe the villain of that story is related to him, and he's trying to hunt him down. Hence why he has Valjean as persona. But then the team kind of helps reel him back into reality, and then he's like, of all things, you kids are the ones that are motivating me. God, I am so stupid. As for his weapons, I went with something that fits his Spidey style. His nunchucks and an assault rifle. You know, I just definitely feel like he would fit that. And I definitely feel like he and Ken would have like kind of a father-son relationship, where I feel like he would even jokingly give him a cigarette, like, "You want one, dude? I'm still in high school."
That's not me.
Jeez. You're a weird guy, Kogami-san. No.
Hey, takes one to know one.
Yeah, but it would be interesting having like, it's like with Klaus and Hoshida. I feel like it would be interesting having like an adult as a Persona user, and I feel like Kogami would definitely fit with that. Although he would so tease Edward about his height.
Oh,
like
yes.
Like Edward tries to counter him, like, "Oh, sorry, kid.
I didn't see you down there."
No, you have to be this tall to enter the conversation. You dick. Oh, get back here! I swear to God, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Why do I feel like that when Ed is trying to fight back, Kogami's just like holding him back? It's like, I like to see you try.
Come on! But yeah.
All right, I can't hear you. I can't hear you over there.
Speak up! I can't hear you from down here. Damn it! Anyways, now let's go to the final one, right? I think.
Nope, we had the last Justice Arcana is Nicholas.
Now, Trey, Nate, brain fart, okay? Long day. Nate, I like your idea with Klaus that it was actually kind of an older character, because I kind of did something similar.
Oh!
Mina Ashino.
Yes!
Yo! Hey, wait, 2 Kaiju number 8 characters.
Yeah. Representation.
Brandon the vice captain, you brought in the captain.
Yeah. And she would definitely be, like, in the start I said I was doing kind of like a Persona 4 thing, so I would definitely see her as a teacher or something. Maybe physical ed, who knows? Eventually just puts it together through very common sense, like, you know, constantly missing classes, is slow, seems to be way more knowledgeable than they should be about certain stuff.
Yes.
Just common sense that would put them together. She'd follow them in, end up joining them. And as for her persona, Atalanta.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Well, considering she was raised by a goddamn bear, it's pretty obvious what animal hybrid she would be.
Yep.
Bear.
Yeah. I mean, what else could it possibly be?
I was almost thinking a tiger in reference to her tiger pet, but that works too.
No, that's a good point though. But
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
oh yeah, we'll figure that out later. I can figure that out when I get to it. But yeah, it's pretty much the token warrior girl in Greek mythology,
Yeah.
and probably the first one ever. And as for her weapon, I didn't really want to do with a gun thing. Japan's a lot harder to get those, so
True.
bow and arrow.
Yeah,
pretty
for
much-
some reason, Naruto has a revolver.
Yeah,
Somehow.
I don't get it either, but detective, special exceptions.
I guess.
I would absolutely see her as the last member joining, helping to solve this. And goddamn, she's gonna be fun. She would be fun.
Oh yeah, she
Her
should.
Especially,
serious
like-
nature contrasted with everybody else.
It'll
It'll
be
be funny.
interesting,
It'll be
like, for
funny
her
if
to-
like. Oh, go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
It'll be funny if she the moment that she joins the team, that she has to put discipline. Like, all right, if you guys don't meet the expectations, 50 push-ups and 50 laps.
Wait, what? What?
Is
So
it
is
20
he
now?
true?
Is it 60 now?
But-
70?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I feel like Akatsuki would kind of tease her, like just because he wants to see if he could, like he tried to flirt with her, like Teach, I could use some special tutoring.
And she just whips him onto the floor.
Exactly. Just.
It would almost be like her and Homer would definitely get along for how blunt they are.
God.
All right. So, wrapping it up, we had Mr. Nate's for his Star Arcana.
Yeah, this one was a little tricky to figure out, but I was like, you know what? I might as well go with this one, considering how underrated she is from this series.
Itsuki Nakano.
Yeah, I think in
I
this
mean,
one,
it also helps that she's got star hair pieces.
yeah, that's one of the reasons. But I also think that the Star Arcana, it also represents hope in a way. It also represents good faith, and I think that actually represents Itsuki's storyline very well. And yeah, in this one, I do imagine that she'll be the student council president in this one, considering out of the five sisters, she is the one that takes the studying part most seriously.
Oh yeah, because he wants to be a teacher.
She
Yeah.
failed her finals technically when they were graduating, so
Yeah, she technically failed the finals, yeah, but it still showed that she's putting in effort and definitely wants to see improvements for everyone. So
Yeah.
I can only imagine out of all of the other people, Itsuki is gonna be the one that's getting a little fed up with Finn's goofiness, but over time she definitely does warm up to it and actually embraces it as well.
you can call you cute.
Yeah, I guess he would call her cute, but man, if anything, Vanessa is really gonna flirt with Itsuki the most. And all he has to do is get back to studying, then we'll talk. And as for the persona, this was the trickiest part, because I want to go with something that was star related or maybe fortune related, because that's usually Itsuki's thing, because she believes in good luck. So I went with Fortuna for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no big excuse. It's just I went with that one because it does represent fortune and fertility, which also connects to her character very well. And as for the weapon, I decided to take a bit of a page from Mitsuru in a way, where she has a rapier.
And the Storm Rifle, apparently.
Yep. So you can tell that her fighting style, yeah, she and fighting styles are definitely going to be like the elegant duo when it comes to their fighting styles. Even like some of the other females are going to be surprised with how Itsuki fights. Like, I didn't know you use a rapier.
Well, I didn't know you used a hammer.
Yeah, not much else to add, but yeah, Itsuki, she would definitely be like the student council president in that one, but also like be like one of the more level-headed members compared to like this wacky group.
Fair enough.
All right.
So yeah, this has been our second Persona team, and I have to say, this was quite a good diverse amount of people.
We got to do a third one.
Will there be a third one?
We'll see.
Only time will tell on that one. So this is our only video for like next 2 weeks because everyone's gonna go on. We're all gonna be on vacation, spending time with family, and from the Dark Reviewer channel. Until then, Merry Christmas to you guys, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in the next one.